this team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened oh so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No, I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. It's fight for millions, take a second, see the blessing in it. But much expected, much is given. One to make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see it brilliant. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it through like oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give inside away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games get played, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, hey. It's all in what you do, hey. Some things you gotta do, hey. I'm gonna shovel that out and get to.
What's up, DB? What's up, Love is the Word? What's up, Rob G? What up, JP? But we gonna call him JQ. Love is the Word. Keith Sims, what's up? Ivar, what's up? KJ, Robert Brown, what's poppin'? Triple O, Eric G, what's up? And we piling on in, Dimitri. We piling on in, Jalen. Hey. And I appreciate you guys. Denzel, Phil, J, Money in the Ghetto. What's up, What's up, TT? What's up? How your sister doing, man? What's up, AJ? I appreciate the support on the film. What's up, Mr. Finesse? Welcome back. C. Jones, what's popping? What's popping, y'all? I appreciate you coming. We got a guest in. We got Mr. Troy Fox coming in at about 9:15. That's Michael Fox's father, trainer. And we're going to have a conversation, you know, so expect him to beam in. So we'll rock out like that. And don't forget to click the links that are pinned in the chat. Go watch 9 Wives. Go subscribe to DB. Knowledge, what's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, man? And we going live, man. I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight, man. And I just saw a video just now before we dive into WBA. Bernard Hopkins thinks that he's suspicious. He used the term suspicious as it pertains to Earl Spence's injury. I thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, wow, suspicious. And he said he wanted to be the first. He wanted to be the first to, um, uh, you know, if something comes down the pipe, I mean, he wanted to be the first to say it. Oh man. So I thought that was what's up, Mr. Finesse. Can't stay too long, Fred. Just can't stay on long, Fred. Just wanted to salute and give you your flowers, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't catch the live, but I'm listening. Thank you, dog. I appreciate you, Mr. Finesse. Yeah, man. And so whenever we got both channels going, we got interviews coming up just because it's just easy. I don't have to edit it when the show goes off. Just adds time to my day. And what else? The WBA has suspended the girl for 6 months. What else? Oh, the belt is vacant. What else happened in boxing today? And that's it. But I wanted to tap into what we talked about briefly the other day as it pertains to what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do as it pertains to boxing? Because I think it's rather comfortable and rather easy to just pick on people with circumstantial evidence. And what I mean by circumstantial evidence, well, they act racist. They act like they not fair. But now we have actual evidence. And we've been talking about this for since the conception of this show. And I'm just curious as to what's the next step. As I say, I don't have the answers. And what's the answer? What's the solution? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Finesse. What's the solution? Because now we got all the evidence that y'all been crying about. I've been crying, but I've known because I've been behind the scenes. But all the evidence you need is right before you. We've been crying for 2 years since this show been coming on about everybody's racist. They don't protect black people. Well, we got the evidence. You gonna sit on your hands, or you gonna do something? You gonna complain about taking the vaccination, or you gonna storm the beaches, or you gonna go to the state capitol? You gonna go knock on your local politician's door, or you just gonna tweet about it? That's the what's the solution? We only can say claim, I guess. Deontay Wilder was cheated with the gloves. Well, we saw a guy walk in the ring and not even get checked by the commission. What's the solution? We sound good, but we need a call to action. I think the call to action is important. I think all the sarcasm and sarcasm and funny jokes, and now it's come to head now. Now it's come to head now. Everybody got guns and I'll protect this, I'll protect that. Well, WBA just called you a nigga to your face. They say you ain't shit. And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. We're gonna appease you. We're gonna suspend this girl for 9 months. But you know what? We're still gonna be taking that money though. And don't y'all say I wouldn't if I go into a racist restaurant, what y'all say? Do you stand there and fight and record it? Or do you not do business with them anymore? Remember Jamel Charlo? Remember all them people during quarantine? I remember all that. Oh nah. Well, what's the solution? Do you contact PBC? Do you email? Because they're working. They have a great relationship with the racist organization. Or do you just accept it? I'm talking about you, the fan. E1K. I understand your point, but if the fighters are not with the fight against them, then nothing will change. Take a group effort from all parties. Now, I'm talking about you because everybody's a revolutionary, right? Remember during quarantine, everybody got guns, everybody ready to ride. You remember those conversations we had? That was coming to a head. Now ain't the time to deflect. I'm just curious. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like I told y'all years ago, they don't call you niggas to your face no more. Presidential Mike, you have no value anymore. You're a coward. You proved yourself. Anyways, we got Troy Fox in the building, man. We appreciate you coming in tonight, man. And I just want to say thank you for coming in.
And no problem.
Oh, you in the car, man?
Yeah.
You got a late night session?
Man, I tell you what, I would have been asleep if I stayed home.
Ain't that right, man?
It's the next day. It's the next day where I'm at.
Oh man. So we appreciate you coming in here and yeah, man. So the Fox family is the hottest topic in boxing, man. The hottest topic.
I mean, I guess it's a good consolation prize. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But,
What's it been the last 5 days? And feel free to come in, D, if you want to come in. What's the last week's been for you since Saturday?
Just a lot. We get a lot of support. I mean, actually from everybody. That's why I was surprised.
Right.
We get a lot of support. There's pretty much nobody that's saying, "Yeah, well, I thought he won." To be honest, I thought he won. So we getting a lot of support, and it's just a lot of support, a lot of interviews, and just a lot of people saying, "Man, can't they overturn it? And can't he get this off?" And that's about what the last few days have been.
Now, in a perfect world, would you want it overturned and you get the W?
Of course,
Do
he
you think
earned it. I feel he clearly earned it.
Yeah, he won 10 rounds, right? At least 9, right?
I gave him, when I watched it, I said maybe at the most I could have gave him 3. That was like at least 9 at the most.
Right.
1 for sure, maybe 2, but at the most 3. At the most, 'cause I try to look at it when I see the fight. I try to look at what could they have been looking at to get this decision. That's how I try to look at it. I don't just say, oh, we beat this. I need to know what did you see to get this verdict. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I look for. And I really couldn't find, to be honest, a reason not to give Mike the fight.
Yeah. Even Bob Arum said you clearly won. He said you won 10 rounds, man. I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah. It just didn't, make sense,
Mm-hmm. Now, what's been the process? If you don't mind us working backwards, What's been the process with the WBA since Saturday and interactions and
Um,
conversations?
really, well, I've been reading what y'all been reading. They haven't really, like, they're not directly contacting Mike or our team. They're just putting out public announcements. Like, they're not directly saying, okay, well, we'll give this. They just put out public announcements, and then I guess you work it out among the
Mhm.
promoters and stuff like that, or his next fight or whatever.
Mm.
But they're not really just like nobody from the WBA is, as far as I'm know, has contacted Mike.
Right, right,
So
right,
it's just kind of like, hey, look, it is what it is. So like we're
right,
not in that process.
right. And speaking of support, a fan just chimed in and said, salute, salute to you and yours. Stand tall and proud. That was disgusting what happened. This rematch is a slap in the face to you brothers. Deserve better. What do you say about the rematch?
Um, Man, I figured Mike has nothing to gain from it. To be honest, I mean, you can't. The only thing you could do better is to knock the guy out.
Mm.
But I mean, he put on a hell of a performance, which kind of numbed me up after the verdict. The fact that it was on national TV and everybody could see, and his performance kind of numbed me up to
Mm.
what was going on.
Mm.
To like the robbery, like I was just like, it was unbelievable. It was actually pretty much unbelievable. I was in awe. Then you just go to the bottom, I guess. Like
Mm.
even I don't even think that's just boxing. That was just some. I don't know how to do. How to feel about it. I do have enough experience to know that you can't just run to the people and say, "Hey, let me see them scorecards. Y'all need to change this." It's not going to change like that.
Uh,
So
right,
it was no
right.
need to flip up tables. No need to cuss nobody out. No need to do that. Get your paycheck and go watch it at home and just enjoy the view. I guess that's the only thing I can say.
Presidential Mike wants to know, what can the fans do for a solution?
I mean, you can stay on Twitter and you can keep asking and keep saying so. I guess the more fan support, the more they see fans say something, the more maybe something will be done. But truthfully, I just don't think much is going to be done besides a rematch.
Do you,
And the rematch is kind of like in his favor. According to
right.
like the letters and stuff that I've seen, it's kind of like in his favor. Like if they did a purse bid, uh, he would get 75% and Mike would get 25, which is really much like you said, a slap in the face
Right.
to a guy. They can't and see, to me as a boxing coach, I just figure like this: if if you actually, like, the other coach was kind of looking at Mike and saying something, and Mike said something to him, but he was saying something like, "Yeah, well, I knew we won." Like, if you really can look at your fighter and tell him, "Good performance, you won that fight," after what just happened,
Hmm.
shame on you.
Right.
Shame on you. I'm sure if he has any friends or anything else, somebody saying, "Joe, that little young guy whooped your ass," and
Mm.
they need to tell him that so he can step his game up, or because if they say he decided not to go to the Olympics to take that fight, I'd have to say that was a bad decision.
Right.
So it
Right.
didn't go out in his favor. I mean, it could have went in his favor, but it didn't. So I hope you didn't really just toss the Olympics aside. But I
Right.
mean,
When
it is.
when you when you look back at this whole situation, could you see could you tell that the fix was in? Anything strike you now that you're looking back on it? First, I should ask you, do you believe the fix was in? Do you believe that
I
he
mean,
was
the results, to me, the results say the fix was in.
okay?
Unless you just have 2, 3 judges that have no clue. Or like I said, anybody that knows me knows I look for the negative side of things. Like what could go wrong. If I'm opening up a business, I'm looking at all the ways this could fail. When people say, "Oh, come on, man, you gotta be more optimistic." No, I look at all the ways it could fail because you want to correct the problems. So I
Mm.
watched that fight looking for a way to give the other guy the fight. Like, what
Right.
did I see? What did I see? The only thing I told Mike, I said, "Man, Joe, You know I don't like y'all fighting off with your back on the ropes. But even in those, you were getting like the better of the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I couldn't even complain about that. It was just, looking back, I couldn't see anything except for what we caught. I mean, there's been plenty of times, you go to send somebody to watch people wrap hands, and he'll come back and be like, yeah, they tried to do this or they tried to do that. But like I said, different places have different rules when
Right.
it comes to the wraps. So you don't know if somebody's cheating or they're just getting away with what they've been getting away with in their country.
Right.
Because
What
when he first went back there, he said he was trying to put gauze, then tape, then gauze over the tape. And most major commissions, you cannot put gauze over tape.
Mhm.
Once the tape goes on, it's tape. You can't put gauze on, then tape, and then go back to put more gauze over the tape, and then more tape. You can't do that.
Mm.
And that's what they were trying to do at first. So my guy was back there. He caught him, and he had to, I guess, wrap accordingly. That took him longer than usual. And then you see the gloves thing, and like I said, that's like an old school trick. It's not really. I wouldn't necessarily say it's straight cheating. It's just not allowed. Like, to me, cheating is taking cushion out of the knuckle or doing something like that.
Mm.
But and manipulating the glove in some type of way. But if you're just kind of pinching the leather back, it's not allowed. But it's yeah, I guess it is kind of cheating. I mean, if it's not allowed,
That's what I was about to say. Kind of cheating. I think it's blatant,
I mean, but I say that because it was an old school technique that
Mm.
was done away with. So it's plenty of old trainers that'll be like, I thought you're supposed to pinch the glove. The glove might be too big. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of old trainers that would justify
Wow.
skinning the glove. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because that's what they did.
Right.
Anything you could do to, except for removing like cushion or something like that out of the glove, or like I said, tampering with the actual make of the glove. Anything like that else was considered, hey, look, this is just an old school trick.
Gotcha.
So that's why I'm kind of like, it's cheating because yeah, it is cheating, but it's like an old school thing. And if they were I say this, if they were from America, I would call it just straight cheating. But I don't know. I've never fought in Venezuela, so I don't know what they do down there. I know,
Mm.
I got no guys that go down to Mexico and fight, and they're like, it's a whole different experience. The commission is definitely not like our commission.
Wow. Now,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, before I pass it to the co-host, did you see a signature on the tape at all?
There was no signature on the tape. You can see it in the film that the ref said it. He said, "Who signed off on these? There's no signature. Who signed? Who's supposed to sign off?" And the other guy was like, "It wasn't me." But that's supposed to be the guy the person that's in the back with you comes out, walks out with you, and stays with you usually. So if it wasn't you, you at least know who it was.
Right. Were your
But he was
gloves?
quick. He was quick to say, "Hey, oh yeah, I guess." Like if it would have been innocent to me, it'd have been like, "Oh, hey, damn, I guess Ray forgot to sign him. Maybe he should." He was just like, "Wasn't me." Like
Mm.
like what I'm saying, like kids do. Who broke the dish? Wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? He was
Right.
too quick with it.
Right. Was there a signature on your tape?
9 times out of 10, there is used. I don't remember because it just, like I said, up until the fact that they took it from Mike, everything was kind of fine except for the glove issue and stuff like that. But I didn't pay attention to that stuff. It's just normal stuff. Normal, they gotta sign your wraps, and normally they hold the gloves, and then like we didn't have our gloves. She held our gloves until we were ready to put them on, and then we taped them right in front of her. Now
Mm.
I really don't remember whether or not she signed, but I know she was right there. There had to be a commission there because we couldn't hold our own gloves. So when they just always say, "Let me know when you're ready to put the gloves on." That way, once the tape goes on the gloves and it's their tape, you can't take it off.
Mm.
You can't take
Gotcha.
it off and put like your own type of duct tape. They'll be like, "That's not the tape we use." So
Gotcha.
I know they were there when we put the gloves on, every inch of it.
Got you. Co-host here, DB, Mr. Fox, DB.
DB, what's
Peace,
up?
love, brother. Peace to you, man. Thanks for coming out and spending some time with us. Hey, I want to ask you, after the last 72 hours or so, after viewing the tapes, talking to your teams, I'm sure you guys have probably talked to attorneys and mulling over this thing. What has been your desired outcome?
In talking to attorneys, the most, like I said, you got the rematch. That's their way of saying, hey, what else can be done? You know what I'm saying? They done suspended a judge. I mean, there's everything in the world that says, hey, look, make this a no contest or flip the decision or something to the commission. But like lawyers are saying, when in history has this ever happened? If it wasn't no drug uses or no, steroid uses or something like that, when have they actually flipped the decision? Because even when we was back in the back and Lennox was talking to us, he was like, it felt like the Holyfield, when I got a draw with Holyfield, a total robbery. He said, man, a lot of stuff went down. He said, I still got that, draw on my record. It shouldn't be a draw. So it's kind of like, that's what everybody's saying. It's never really been done in history. I mean, you suspended a judge. That really, to me, should be enough. If you're saying, well, if you're suspending her, then you think she did something wrong. And if she did something wrong, then the fight wasn't fair, then that should be grounds for doing something about it.
So in the suspension, do you think that the WBA and the commission did enough and act expeditiously enough to satisfy you guys? Or do you think there should have been a termination or banning her from the sport? I guess it's a two-side thing because of the judge, of course, and then also from the commission side.
I mean, nothing. I don't think nothing they can do without just flipping the decision and sending Mike a belt would be satisfying. It's just we're at the what's the best we can do for you stage. I don't think there's nobody that. I mean, it would be lovely to overturn it, send him a belt. I mean, to me, that's the right thing to do. That the whole world saw it. There's nobody really out there. Normally, you'll at least have some type of argument. You even got people that'll tell you, Pacquiao beat Floyd. If you want to argue, there's nobody arguing for this guy to say, yeah, he won it. He did win. You know what I'm saying? So you got controversy in a lot of fights. You don't have no controversy in this fight whatsoever. Everybody saw what happened. Everybody saw my son win. Everybody saw the spectacular boxing exhibition he put on. So the only just thing will be to flip the decision and give him the belt. Now let's talk about how can we satisfy Michael Fox, because that's what we're doing. Yeah. They're trying to find a way to satisfy Michael Fox, not right or wrong. Let's just satisfy him. So I don't really think when it comes to fix, I don't think nobody really. I mean, the results look like that, but I don't think it was like deep down PBC. It was way deep. I think it could have just been the good old boys from Minneapolis involved in something. You got the WBA. You're throwing fights here. We're gonna let you throw a lot of fights. They get to know each other, know what's going on. I mean, to be honest, when I gotta take my hat off to any judge, to all the judges that had the kahunas to say Mike lost, to put your reputation on the line and say he lost that fight. I mean, as soon as the fight was over, I kind of smacked him on his back, said, "Man, go jump on those ropes. You did it. You're a world champion." It was no doubt in my mind that Mike won that fight. It wasn't like I was saying, man, them earlier rounds might kick us in the ass. There was no doubt in my mind he won that fight. So I didn't think of anything to look for, anything I could look back on to say, oh yeah, they were definitely cheating. They were definitely cheating. I couldn't see nothing, because up until that point, we were having a hell of a night. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a party up until, like I said, and the funny thing is, when they announced it and said and still undefeated. I was like, shit, they can't get nothing right. Mike got 2 losses. You know, I was still, until they said his name, I still thought Mike won that fight. You know, people
Wow.
say his name, Mykel and everything. So we used to all that. And I'm just like, okay, as long as you hold his hand up, I don't care how many losses you say he had. So I was kind of like, damn, Mike got 2 losses. They call him undefeated until they actually called his name. Then I was just like, Joe, it ain't shit you can do. This is bullshit. I mean, what we want to jump on Jimmy Lennon Jr.? You know, it's nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in awe.
Do you feel like you have some sort of allegiance or tied to the WBA for giving Mykel a chance at this shot, or are you looking for true redemption and some integrity?
I don't think we have any type of allegiance to him, because it wasn't like they really did him. If anything, Mike did them a favor taking the fight. Remember, the guy got COVID. We wasn't scheduled to fight this guy.
Right.
We were coming out as a sub for anything. But I mean, it plenty of people before it all happened. You know, it ain't like he had COVID out there and they switched opponents. They knew before they got there. Stanionis could have took that fight. He's number 1 in the WBA. I don't think he wanted to fight this guy. So we kind of did them a favor and saved, you know, I would say save the show because it wasn't the main event. But I mean, 2-time Olympian, they had high hopes for him. They didn't really do us a favor giving us that fight. It was kind of like, okay, y'all want to fight him. But we had already said, like I told, if we're subbing for 3 fights, that's 6 different fighters. And about 2 different stances. If we say yes to that, I mean, we'll say yes to anybody. We were already subbing for this guy, so we were already preparing for, actually, you can't do it, but you was already preparing for 6 people. So I don't think I wouldn't say they gave him a break or they did him a favor. I mean, because to be honest, they probably brought him in because they looked at his last fight and said, this is a double Olympian, 2-time Olympian, he's going to crush this guy.
Right.
This guy just lost to a 10-1 guy. He's going to crush this guy. And then, you know, halfway through it, they probably start saying, oh, shit, what are we going to do now? That's the only thing I could imagine. I can't imagine anybody looking at round by round that fight and saying, good round, Mike Stray. You're coming back. Good round, Mike Stray. You're doing this. I couldn't find any rounds, even the rounds where I might have gave him, they weren't clean rounds. They were rounds where maybe I would think Mike took off. Or maybe people say round 1. I couldn't cleanly give him round 1. But that would have been one of his better rounds. Round 1, and I can't even think of another round. You got to kind of look for maybe that second round.
Do you think
every round Mike was, if there's no round where you'd be like, oh shit, damn, hold it, it Mike hurt. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say before you came on, I was just talking about the racism in boxing, and it's apparent that that one of the judges, as she told what LeBron James, the only talent you have is basketball, called Michelle Obama monkey face. Do you think that's racism?
I mean, let's just say anytime when it comes to black people, you use any type of primate reference, it's going to be considered racist.
Right.
So, I mean, it's hard to say, well, I didn't mean to call you, excuse me, well, I didn't mean to call you a nigger, or say, no, I said nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's like a bunch of white people saying, yeah, if you say nigga, it's not racist. It's something else. No, come on, Joe. You can't go nowhere near that. Right. I didn't think Howard Cosell was a racist when he talked about Alvin Garrett way back in the day. Look at that little monkey go. Mm-hmm. He just chose the wrong word. I never, before then, nobody really ever said, oh, Howard Cosell, he's the most racist guy ever. Sometimes you just slip up. And it could be the racism that's been in you all this time and you've been hiding, or it could be a slip up. I didn't think Jimmy the Greek really, did he say anything wrong when he was talking about the breeding of slaves? No, it just wasn't appropriate for TV and you lost your job. But he wasn't lying. He didn't say anything foul. I don't know if he's a racist or not. What he just really, He just told how it was.
Right.
We breeded these guys like cattle, and they just kind of like, hey, you can't go there, you can't go there. But I mean, he wasn't lying.
Got that.
So I can't really say if he's a racist or not. I mean, she shut down her Twitter. I mean, if you keep attacking black people in forums and you use monkey, if you think Michelle Obama's time is over, your husband's gone, he's not the president, you know, why are you still talking? That's fine. That wouldn't be racist. But when you say monkey, as like porch monkey or whatever, yeah. If she just clearly was describing that's how she looks.
Right. Right. E1K says the only real change will happen is if the WBA champions speak up. Anything less than an overturn and Mykel being a champ is a spit in the face. And President Yafor said, should black fighters feel comfortable being WBA champions?
There's some black WBA champions who feel real comfortable. I mean, I don't see nobody tossing their belts in the trash. I mean, but in the same sense, I don't see, you know, it ain't nobody out there saying, well, I did what I had to do. I knocked my guy out. Nobody's saying that either. So, I mean, I like I said, I never had a problem with the WBA until now. Even with other fighters, I never said, oh, that's a bullshit organization. To me, personally, I just feel championship belts are worth what you did to earn it. If you fought, if somebody, by any chance, you slept up and got in a title fight and you beat a solid champion for a belt, that gives that belt the quality that it deserves. If you slipped up on one of these belts, or your opponent dropped out and they found the guy that was 19 and 8 to substitute for your belt, to me that doesn't have, and you still had this little title fight, that doesn't warrant to me a championship belt. Championship belt is, you know what you're going into. This guy has this guy has that, and that's the value of the belt. You know what I'm saying? You can put any name on any belt, but you know, sometimes it could just be the person that's better than the belt. You know what I'm saying? That wins. So to me, belts hold their value on how you earned them.
Right. Now, do you think that having diplomacy is the right thing to do in this situation? Obviously, you and your son have great diplomacy and are basically saying the right things, and the chat, you got 50-50 in the chat, a little bit outraged because and a little bit like it's okay, because we think that when we play by their rules, we'll never ever get a seat at the table. And in my opinion, I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to build our own table, you know, as it pertains to the racism in boxing.
Well, we're just not going on social media. I mean, Mike wrote a letter to the commission. They'll most likely find a way to phrase no in the most legitimate, judgmental way. But does anybody really think that they're going to overturn this? Look at Laura and Paul Williams. 3 judges got suspended and never judged again, and he still has that loss. 3 judges. We got 1 judge that's suspended, and it just was a spectacular win, but he still has that loss. So, I mean, we wrote our letter to the commission. We're doing everything that we should be doing from business. You know, there's enough people on social media speaking for us and saying the things that we just repost what people are saying. That's about it. I mean, there's no need to start calling her a racist or attacking her and her husband or anything like that. They've been doing it for years. Whatever they've been doing, this thing's been for years. It's just, to be honest, if she wouldn't have scored that extra point, everybody would still be saying it. Oh man, they cheated, but she wouldn't have stood out so much. It's like she put the cherry on top. Not only are we gonna, mess over this kid, but let me put some icing on it and a cherry on top and decorate it too.
Got it.
Because she's really only 1 point off from the next judge, and that next judge is 1 point off from the judge before. And like you said, this guy only won maybe 2 or 3 rounds. They're all wrong, but it's like she just said, man, I want to stand out and be extra wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what, that's really in our favor. I'm happy she did her actions all the way they are. And she's been on Twitter, she's been saying all this. It's just sometimes enough is enough. And this is her enough is enough.
Mm.
I mean, shut down your social media. I'm sure her life has changed. I'm sure Mike's life has changed. It's just a lot. People don't realize I'll never know what this fight does to Mike until his next fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because you put all that work in and all that time in. And I mean, if anybody really knows the story of Michael Fox, there's nobody when he was 12 that was around saying, it's a little bumpy road, I'm sorry.
No problem.
There's nobody that was around when he was 12 saying, oh, one day that guy's going to be a world champion. Mike wasn't the best amateur at all.
Mm.
And then when he turned 18, really, he had a pro style. That's probably why he wasn't the best amateur. But when he turned 18, I was like, yo, let's see if you really want to take this serious. We'll start sending you strength and conditioning. And most likely turn pro. Once he turned like 18, let's do the pro route. Mike didn't even really. I just knew his style was a pro style. I was like, you're not going to win any amateur tournaments fighting the way you fight. Amateur is more. It's more action. Headgear is on. Even when you get to elite and take the headgear off, you still fought because it wasn't but about 3 or 4 fights ago you had the headgear on. So your style's not going to change. Nobody's that good to say, oh, taking the headgear off, let me fight like this. Nah, you got to change your whole style when you come out of the amateurs to go into the pros. It's almost 2 different sports. But I mean, if you knew Mike, nobody as a little kid, you got some of these guys like Shakur Stevenson, you knew he was going to be a star when he was young.
Mm.
Keyshawn Davis, I watched them. Those guys, I watched Tank. Tank was winning national championships when he was a little kid. All he had to do was stay on the right path and hook up with the right people. So Mike was never there. Nobody remembers Michael Fox from the Silver Gloves. He never advanced to the Silver Gloves.
Wow.
He never got to the Silver Glove. It was always somebody, a Tank in front of him, somebody in front of him. That he never would make it out of town. So to see him as a pro, he has a world champion, a former world champion under his belt, the last Olympic gold medalist, not a guy that fought in the Olympics 4 years ago and got a bronze medal, including this 2-time Olympian. To see him outcrafting and outboxing guys like this, and we ain't just talking about some guy that learned to hit hard and now he's clipping people. We talking about some guy that perfected his boxing the way I saw the other night. That's what really got me, and that's what really hurts about the situation. If you really know Mike and how far he's come and how far he's climbed up this ladder to get to where he is, and even with his losses, Ergashev, undefeated guy, knocking everything out. Santa Maria, I mean, I like Santa Maria. I just think he caught us off guard because we really were training for either Delorme or Jamal James, and we kind of really overlooked. We didn't really overlook. I had a sparring partner for Santa Maria. We worked with maybe once or twice, and I said, Joe, we need to focus on in case somebody gets sick when we get this title. So it's hard to kind of train for 3 people. We were training for Santa Maria, Delorme, Jamal James at the same time. And Santa Maria was probably the lowest. I mean, it was a 10-1 guy. These other guys are world title holders or at least contended for a world title. So we're gonna train for these guys, and hopefully in training for these guys, you'll be able to adjust to those guys. But Santa Maria has a lot of qualities a lot of people don't see that makes him a little bit more tricky. But even in that fight, I thought Mike pushed the button and came through in that. But it was nothing like the fight the other day. You know what I'm saying? So that fight, I could accept that loss. This loss right here, we're just going to be forced to accept. You know what I'm saying? We're forced to accept this loss. But this loss right here wasn't a loss. Like I said, had it not been on TV, I probably would be on social media right now showing clips, trying to get access to the thing, trying to explain it. Like I told him in the back, this was on national TV. The world saw this. Let the world tell you how you feel. Don't let Don't let those judges stain what you just did. I just seen some incredible shit from you, not to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I said, do not let nobody take this moment from you. You know, my other son, you know, he was in the back, you know, we like, just calm down, you know. I'm like, what, you want to flip tables? You want to throw stuff off the balcony? I mean, you know, it's not going to help. We just got to see how this plays out. And I told him, I said, you're going to get more recognition. And he could tell you, I told him that night, you're going to get more recognition with this loss than you would if you would have won this fight. People wouldn't have went out their way to try to re-see it. I got a lot of people now, how can I see it? What is everybody talking about? I got to see this. And then they're coming back and said, yo, I just watched that fight. That shit was ridiculous.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, everybody's road to glory is different. And maybe this was just the way we had to go. A fight like this, just because now, to be honest, a lot of people want to see him fight again to see, okay, is he really, like, was this a one-time thing? You know, so, I mean, you know, he got a lot of pressure going for him, too, because now you got a lot of people noticing you. So now your next performance has to be just as good or be competitive.
Do you think boxing will ever give you a fair handshake again? And two, do you think that guy is going to rematch you? He lost 10 rounds, and he knows he lost 10 rounds with a knockdown. Will you get the rematch?
This is what I told Mike's advisor. I said, look, from a coach, a fighter's always going to say yeah, because he was like, yes, he deserves it. I'll give him a rematch. Why does he deserve a rematch? Because you felt that he beat you? You know, if Mike beat him, if we had it, and he asked for a rematch, and that same fight took place, I wouldn't say, yeah, this guy deserves a rematch. It wasn't a close fight. Why do you deserve? It's time for us to move on. We annihilated you. So to say, yeah, he deserves a rematch, I'll give him a rematch. You know what I'm saying? You'll take it, if so. But to me, I like I told Mike, you did what you had to do, man. I mean, what are they offering for the rematch? You know, as far as money wise, or what is this title gonna go? It's really your title. So I mean, you know, the rematch is there, and I mean, what could Mike do anything better? I mean, you tell me what could he do better besides knock this guy out? I mean, he came out the fight really unscathed. You know what I'm saying? He had a little bit of blood in his mouth. I give that, but you know, ain't no marks or nothing. You know, the next day, Mike probably, you know, when he got home, he probably went out with his girlfriend somewhere. He wasn't healing up. He doesn't have no bruises on his ribs from these massive body shots this guy was supposed to be landing. None of that. So I mean, we just gotta see what's best for Mike. I say it like that. I mean, if some better opportunity comes, then I'll be like, forget about the rematch. We'll see what this letter, like I said, we've wrote letters to the commission, see what they say. And I just want, the main reason we wrote the letter, because I just wanted nobody to be able to say, well, Michael Fox and them didn't complain. You're complaining for them. I don't see them complaining. Let it be known that we didn't just walk away and y'all did what you want. We did write a letter. We did ask you to review it. We asked for all that. So that's really the main thing. No, I didn't want anybody to say, well, they didn't complain. So why are you complaining? I don't got no letters from the Fox family or Michael Fox. He was happy with the decision. So we put in the letters. We're doing everything we need to do, you know, business wise. But in the long run, boxing is going to decide. And for the other question of, did it put a stain on boxing? No, I mean, I've been watching boxing for years. You got your ups and your downs. You know, it's just how the sport is. You know, you got judges. It's not a criteria for judges. It's just how judges see. It's an opinion. So, I mean, we've been doing this too long to say, well, like F boxing, we quit. You know, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on training fighters. It's just going to be something that people talk about for years. And when they start taking checks away from you when you lose, yeah, that'd be a different story. But, I mean, you came, you got paid, you didn't get the decision you wanted. You know what I'm saying? And you earned it. But at the end of the day, what really can you do besides whine and cry or go on social media and start insulting people and stuff like that? And you really don't know who the culprits are.
Wow.
So I mean, we just gotta keep training. I guarantee you. Be honest, Mike is the type of fighter. That's what people realize. He's been in the gym every day. He has not trained, but he's helping. He just loves the gym. He loves this shit. There's nothing you could have done to him to make Mike say, "I quit boxing." As long as you give Mike a fight, and as long as he's fighting the way he's fighting, I guarantee you he'll fight. He's gonna fight. He
Has
loves this sport.
Has Tom Brown or PBC reached out to you in terms of giving you confidence that one, maybe you'll get a fight or a rematch?
The most I saw was of the rematch letter from the WBA saying we're ordering the rematch, and the rest would be up to the promoters and TV and seeing if it's worthy. And then, like I said, you got a lot of things that you got a lot of he has to accept. A lot of times, man, we accept fights, and the other side doesn't accept it. Like they'll come and say, "Well, you fight him, all right, blah blah blah," and they might, "Well, we give you a couple days to think about it, but let us know in 48 hours." We turn around, yeah, we'll take the fight. Oh yeah, that they decide not to take the fight. And I'm not gonna put no names out there, but I'm talking about some major names. And I'm not saying they're looking at Mike saying, "Oh my God, he's dangerous, dangerous." It's like, why take a risk fighting a guy this tall, the way he fights with his fight style, and you have nothing to gain from it? Like Mike has to put some value to make a dude have to fight him for it to go. But you know, a lot of people be like, even when he had a few fights and I was trying to match him up myself, I called and say, "Yeah, I think we'll take this fight." Okay, what's up with the kid? Blah blah blah. I say he's southpaw. Damn, southpaw. That was one strike. Well, how tall is he? About 6'3". What'd you say? Oh, he about 6'3". Oh yeah, we'll get back at you. Like automatically, they're like, "Man, nobody gonna fight no 6'3". At this time, Mike was like 140, 130. He could make like almost make 135 when he turned pro. And he's like 6'3". So you know they were like, what, 138 or 140, 6'3". Nah, we'll pass on that one.
Do you think you
always, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Do you think you should campaign as though you won and try and get a Jamal James fight, maybe a Jaron Ennis fight, in something of that sorts?
We would love that. I mean, that was one of the things we said. Well, if that's the case, can we just fight Jamal James? But I mean, like Jamal James would say, what do I got to gain from fight? I already got an opponent. What do I got to gain fighting this guy right here? Right. And really, to be honest, everybody saw the performance. And I'm not saying fighters are scared now, nothing like that, but they do know he can fight.
Right.
He can take shots. He can brush them off. You know, at no time in that fight was he hurt. Not once. And that guy, I'm not saying he didn't land any punches. I'm saying he didn't win any rounds. Mike out punched him, outscored him, but he landed shots. He had them nice little red gloves. We almost took the other pair of reds. I said, "Man, you sure you don't want to fight in these reds?" He was like, "Nah, I asked for grants. I'm gonna keep these grants." But you know, when you go to these fights, you got to bring an extra pair of gloves for your opponent. So if I bring grants, I got to bring 2 pair of grants. So if he complains about, "Nah, I don't like grants," we can say, "Well, you can wear these too. You can pick which one you want to wear out of the 2 sets first, and I'll wear the other pair." So you always got to bring 2 sets of gloves, just in case if a guy wants to complain about the gloves, you offer him the gloves. Well, you pick which gloves you want of this same brand of glove. We'll give you a chance to wear these gloves too. So when I saw those little ass reds, I was like, "Sure you don't want to go ahead and get this other reds, man?" He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with these grants. That's what I asked for." But you know, them punches gloves, Mike took some shots from those punches gloves. And like Mike was saying, man, this same dude fought like Castano and all these guys and gave him hell of fun. I really want to see this guy fight somebody else so I can really judge just how good Mike was that night.
Right. No, he was great. He was great Saturday night. Nah, he was.
I need to see him fight somebody else. I mean, because he kind of made this guy look like, "You're an Olympian twice, like
2 times."
Yeah, 3 times to be honest, because they say he turned down this last Olympics.
Okay.
To fight, to turn pro. So they said I read he was a 2-time bronze medalist. Then I heard he didn't medal at all. He just was a Venezuelan Olympian. So I'm not really sure on my facts about his amateur career. But I know this would have been his third Olympics had he decided to go to Tokyo, from what I read.
Right.
So that'd be like a three-time Olympian. And Mike, they made him look like this was day one in boxing.
Right. Right. Were there any conversations like from the WBA, the matchmaker, your promoter to the other promoter, so the fans can understand what was the conversation like with the people who were in charge that night, and what did they say?
What you mean, like after the fight?
Yeah, like because sometimes they'll go in the locker room and say, "Oh, we'll make sure that we'll help you, we'll aid you in getting like this overturned, or we'll get you a rematch."
Nah, it was none of that. It was such a disgrace that I know they were sitting there like, what are we gonna do? This isn't gonna blow away. Let's just see how it looks tomorrow. And tomorrow came, and we got put like this. I've been coaching my son's other fighters. You know, normally you get out the ring, you might have 6, 7 texts. You know what I'm saying? People, good job, or blah, 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 man, you know, sorry about the law, or whatever. 6 or 7 texts. By the time I got out the ring and looked at my phone, I had almost 60 texts.
Wow.
60 saying what just happened. I got people now saying we all watching and we celebrating and stuff, and then we looking and we like, did they just say what we said? You know, it was just that shock. So I think they were kind of like, hey, let's just ride with this for a second. Let's just ride and see how it is. We just say this is what we saw. And that, I mean, the fans started booing. I mean, you know, if you saw, I know on TV you can't really tell, but the fans went off. They were booing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of shocked. I think they just kind of let it go. And look, the commission was the man. You won that fight. Mike had shuttle drivers knocking on the shuttle, open the door. Where's Fox at? Man, they robbed you. It was just a whole night of, from the doorman to the security guards to the bartender to whoever saying, "Hey man, that was a beautiful fight, man. They robbed. That's how Mike spent his night, and is still spending it today." We went to the Headbangers gym the other day. Everybody clapped. I wish I would have been quick enough to get on video. Everybody clapped, gave him a standing ovation, man. Stop what they was doing, and man, that warmed my heart. That warmed my heart to see that,
beautiful.
Man.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, they all just stopped, gave him a standing ovation, man. Stop what they was doing, man. That was a beautiful fight, blah, blah, blah. And I know that's helping him cope with what happened to him. So none of the promoters are reaching out. They haven't put nothing together yet. They haven't, you know, said, because like I told him, I said, why would, if I was my straight coach, why would I fight Mike again? What did I see in that fight to make me think I could do better? Unless he had an injury or something we don't know about. But if you were healthy and that was my fighter and he was like, yeah, man, I can't wait to fight him again, I'd look him in his eye and say, what do you plan on doing different? Because I really didn't see you come on at any point in the fight. Maybe 11th and 12th round, you came on a little strong out of desperation. But this guy handled you. He kind of toyed with you. What are you going to do different? Don't you think we can go another route? That's why I said I can't wait to see him fight somebody else, so I can determine just how good or bad this guy is. I mean, his record coming in, he fought some guys with 20+ fights and decent records at 3-0. That's impressive already. But like, I need to see him fight a good name so I can judge what exactly kind of fighter this guy is. Because the guys he beat some quality names in the amateur, and that's where Mike comes in that. Because I wouldn't even know. Mike does his homework. He's a student of this, man. He's a student of boxing. So if I had to ask a lot of questions for his Olympics and amateur who he all beat, Mike knows all of that. He does his homework with all these guys, man. Be honest.
Yeah. Any final words you want to leave with the fans? First, I want to say thank you for taking. I know it's late over there on the East Coast, man. I don't want you running out of gas. So,
oh no, I'm parked in front of my house. I just didn't want to get out the car. I'm good.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, no, thank you. Go ahead.
I want to say thank y'all. Thank everybody that support him, because I mean, like you said, it's an unbelievable loss. His performance is the only thing that's numbing. His performance, and it was on national TV, is the only thing that's numbing the pain that what we're going through, what he's going through. You know, because I mean, even as a coach, after that fight, I thought it was it. I mean, I thought this was it, man. You did it, buddy. You're a world champion, Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was, like I said, I'm still in awe. And it's still like, let me know that was his first 12 rounder, and he looked good. And like, a lot of people, like his promoter once said, man, at one point in time, watching Mike at 8, he looked tired. Mike should have came on and tried to knock him out. I was like, what makes you think Mike wasn't tired? Just because you didn't see it. Just where you think he's just fresh. Oh yeah, it's 8th round. I feel like the first round. Let me just knock this guy out. He's just as tired. He just hit it well. You just can't tell. Even watching on TV, I looked at it and said, Joe, you look good as shit for 12-round fight. And I'm in the corner when you can't really see it like you see on TV. I'm in the corner. I'm like, you good? All right, man. Good round, man. We got 2 more to go. We pushing through this 12 round. It's not like you come back to the corner like, oh yeah, man. Oh my God, I got so much energy. He's tired too. You got 2 tired guys, and you're steady fighting this guy off. The guy kept coming. I give him his credit for that. He kept coming, no matter what Mike hit. Mike just, to me, treated him like target practice. But I mean, I guess his goal was to wear him down. Mike never wore down. So for that 12-round fight, man, I'm amazed. I want to thank all the fans, anybody who said any kind words, really anybody who said any negative words, because I love everybody's opinion because it gives you something to look at and maybe consider. So anybody who said some negative words, there were negative logical words. Now, if you said that pumpkin face dude or something like that, yeah, I don't care about those guys. But if you got a negative opinion on what went on about that fight, about Mike's performance, I'd like to hear that too. Because I thrive off the criticism, so it can help us get better. You might have saw something that I missed. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, thank everybody for the support. And I'm glad anybody that takes time to listen to this, and thank y'all for getting in touch and kind of helping us out with this, man. Just letting everybody know that, we're not really happy with it, but it's not but much we can do, especially not publicly.
Right. Appreciate it. And if you hear any news, don't hesitate to reach out, man. We'll gladly have you on. We got a few thousand people in here, so we'll be glad to talk about what you got next. If you hear anything from the WBA, feel free to let us know, and we'll be here to support you.
I appreciate that, man. And I mean, this also opened up a new relationship between me and y'all, so I can start getting on. I was watching the show, a couple of previous shows, man. I like what y'all doing as well, man. Yeah. So y'all just got at least 3 new fans in the Fox family as well, because we'll be watching y'all too.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, we got to have your other son on as well at some point.
Oh yeah,
and, yeah,
he'll love that too.
And so we appreciate you, man, and don't hesitate to reach back out.
Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Oh no, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad you made it home safe.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mike Sorrento, I'll get your comments in a second, DB. Fred, congrats on your new unwanted kid. I got a new one. Presidential Mike wants your show's name. Now this troll has 0 identity. E1K, what do you think about the WBA member being in the corner? Go ahead, DB.
Oh no. I'm just soaking it up. I had a lot of questions, but I had a lot of questions, but listen, I'm sure we'll probably get them back in here sometime again soon. But yeah, I mean, it's just whatever they want, their family want, I support whatever they want. So I can't want.
Yeah, right.
For them,
right.
They don't want. So
right.
I want for them what they want. So, and I mentioned this the other day, and the world came crashing down when I said that, because I said, listen, all I'm gonna do is just support them. So, if they want a rematch, no problem. If they want to get a check, no problem. If they want to fight it, no problem. Whatever the Fox family want to do, I support what they want to do. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do something different or more. So. I just hate the state of boxing when fights are falling out because of dudes are injured and COVID, And, you know, if we had something to soothe us, you know what I'm saying? Like when baby girl not acting right, shit, you can get on the phone and call somebody else and get a massage and feel good, right? Boxing ain't giving us that fallback right now. You know what I mean? We got these injustices happening, and then we still not getting the fights to soothe us to make us feel good while the bullshit is happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's like bullshit on top of bullshit. Like, damn, I just got fired from my job, and damn, and my wife cheating on me. God damn, it's just fucked up, right? So boxing is giving us that feeling right now. So hopefully this Pacquiao versus Ugas fight turns out to be a barn burner and not one-sided.
It has to be
on either side.
It has to be, dog. It ain't got no other option, dog. That fight got to be, damn.
Yeah, and what I think is going to happen is, you know, like a lot of people who are not able to sell their tickets or booked hotels and, you know, we're expected to do that. And these people that probably only get a vacation for a week or 2 weeks from their job, and they already, you know, apply for the vacation or requested for the vacation, and, you know, little stuff like that. People are still going to show up because they're just like, well, you know what? Fuck it. It's a trip. It's to Vegas, you know, bright lights, casinos, gambling, and your own Strawberry Showgirls. Located where? On Flamingo Street. But so I think they'll still have a good turnout because of how massive it was going to be. And even though, you know, EJ is not in there, they'll still have some residual Errol Spence Jr. fans in Vegas for that weekend. And I'm pretty sure restaurants and clubs and all of that other kind of stuff was ready to be turned up. So they're not going to change it. They're going to still try to make some money. So I think it'll still be a good event overall. Just hope that the fight and the undercard fights are.
Undercard is trash.
Yeah, but well, in terms of names.
Oh yeah, in terms of names, yeah, it may be action packed. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, I'm just hoping that those fights are right because we don't really got much else, right? So we got to watch everything from the first card and undercard. I mean, first fight and undercard to all the way through the main event. So you know, we shall see. And, you know, luckily for certain people, you know, me, DJ, E1K, you know, Russo, we still got MMA to watch too. So we got LFA, PFL, UFC, Bellator. So we got other shit that we'll be watching too. So we can go back and forth. But for the people that are not into MMA and just boxing, y'all got to watch every detail of the fight card. So, you know, let's see, man. Hopefully it's some barn burners and some upsets and just some close stuff. But you know, I think once the tune will start changing with fans, with media, and also with the Fox family, the WBA, I think once some more details start to come out, the emotions will probably change a bit. So, you know, we shall see, man. Just hope the best for them.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see. Oh. Yeah. I can't see the chat. What's going on in the chat?
Well, all three are. Did you hear about Bernard Hopkins and his comments? Did you hear about that?
No, I heard what you said. I didn't see them myself. But I can say, but I can say this. In terms of Errol,
I'll play it for you. I'll play it so you can get a whole response. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because it's shout out to KO Artist. KO Artist. Hopefully he chopped it up, and it's only a minute long.
Errol Spence, he had a torn retina. He had to get.
Oh, I got to keep it on there. I'm sorry. Hey, I'll just share it so you guys can watch. There we go.
Errol Spence, he had a torn retina. He had to get, pulled out of that fight against Pacquiao. What do you make?
Only thing I can do is listen what you said to me and listen what I've heard.
but that's conversation, and that's what they say it happened. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not true. I like Spence. I respect Spence. I know he always ready for any challenge. But I just think I just have some suspicions about this whole thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the difference and shout out to the brother that did the interview, but the difference between somebody coming here and having a conversation is when there's a vague statement made like that.
Boom. Go ahead. Go. I was thinking the same thing. And I'll go ahead.
The reporter or the journalist or the vlogger, whoever it is, should ask a secondary question, because there's still a whole lot to unpack in that.
Damn.
So what exactly do you mean when you say that?
Yes. What does that mean? The same thing when Bob said fixer. So what's a fixer? Like, what is it? What's the suspicions? Like, don't leave it hanging. Don't leave us hanging right there. What are the suspicions? Elaborate. You're not shy with your words, man. You know.
And at that point too, I would say, well, listen, Bernard, I know a lot of people still have suspicions about why you're still working with Oscar De La Hoya after those crazy emails came.
Oh, I definitely would have brought that up. Oh, I definitely would have brought that shit up. Oh, for sure, for sure.
There's so much, but what I was saying before you played that clip for me, and I knew it was going to be something like that. You know, he's kind of doing that old sandwich effect. Give him a little bit of praise, right, and then throw a shit patty on there, and then try to cover it up again with something nice at the end. But you know, Bernard Hopkins, as beloved as he was and as great as he was in the ring, Roy Jones Jr., you know, how we view Roy Jones Jr. with the crazy reverence, and also Sugar Ray Leonard, how he was, you know, how we held him in such high regard. These guys have something about the way that they treat Errol Spence Jr. before fights. Doesn't matter who he's fighting, when and where and how he's fighting. They always have this thing with Errol Spence. They can't just give him full credit for being a phenomenal fighter. I don't know. That's odd to me. You know, I don't listen. Terrence Crawford is a little bit different with media and the pre-hype, and also the names are not as big as the guys that EJ has fought. So I don't really know 100% what they say. I don't know if they hate on Terrence Crawford or if they sing his praises a little bit or whatever. But when it comes to Earl, man, it's always something weird going on with those three great dudes in the boxing ring. Man, good old boxing. I told you, man, it is definitely an abusive relationship. Yeah, exactly, Jarvis. Always backhanded compliments. Yeah. And then King Tony said Spence wasn't intentionally trying not to fight, man. Hell no, right? I mean, well, how would a guy and why would a guy not fight when it's going to be the biggest payday of his life? I mean, listen, he's already rich and he lives in Texas where the property ain't like it is in California, New York, right? He's got a ranch, for crying out loud. But one more fight, I mean, he could literally retire and be great for the rest of his life and set up his daughters and their kids. You know, why would he find a way not to be in that fight? Why would a guy, I mean, listen, you can always say something, you know, and the guys in the military will know this, or in some branches they'll know, guys who've been to the other university where it's a bunch of madmen at. Whenever there's something wrong, you can always just say your stomach hurt. No way to tell, right? He could have come up with something else if it was a fake injury, right? Guy put a crutch on and say he sprained his ankle or any stupid little thing, right? But a torn retina, that's serious shit. When it happened with Sugar Ray Leonard, remember what happened when Ray Leonard tore his retina? Do you remember what happened? He retired. Again, I mean, he fought later on. He came back, I don't know, like 2 or 3 years later, or whenever it was, but he retired. I mentioned the Stipe Miocic over in the UFC when that happened. Like it's a real injury and it's a serious injury. Now the recovery time is not that long. So, you know, as I mentioned yesterday, and I repeat it again, the process is a in and out one day, you know, surgery. And as we saw, it was reported the next day he was on the doctor's table, and the next day after that he's out. And then about 6 to 8 weeks recovery. So if it's 8 weeks, that's 2 months. And they'll probably put a 30-day restriction on certain activities, high impact exercise or whatever, or contact. And then after that, he'll be good to go. So shit, in 3 months, he'd be ready. So again, if the doctors are going to put a restriction on him in terms of doing physical activity, that means the whole world can see what he's doing. So it's not like, oh, he's buying more time so he can train more. I mean, it's just foolish, some of the things that I see, read, and hear, man. Crazy. But, you know, Queen 71 said COVID is a good excuse. Yeah, it could have been COVID. But I think who said this? Who said this? Let me make sure I give credit. Oh, shout out to my brother D-Lo, full boxing. D-Lo said, for the people who, what did he say? He said, for the people who don't believe Errol Spence's injury, no reason will be good enough, or something like that. You can go to his channel and he's dropped a few videos too, but he mentioned something like that. Like, if you don't believe it, you don't want to believe it. And he is not the same. So for anybody that tries to make a comparison to Ryan Garcia, to Teofimo Lopez, to Tyson Fury, to Keith Thurman, it's a whole different beast. It's a whole different animal. Yeah. Right. Case Nasty 0102 said, facts. Michael Bisping lost his joint. Yeah, Michael Bisping got a fake eye in. Y'all can Google that or YouTube. Michael Bisping fake eye. You know, he got a glass eye in that he was hiding from the commission, pushing his eye back in, pushing the fake eye in so he can pass the physical. You know, pretending that you got to do the physical, the eye test where you cover one eye and use one eye to see letters and numbers, and then you cover it up. Yeah, he didn't have his hand closed, so he had his hand up. So he was using the same eye to read off numbers and letters so he can pass the shit.
Oh wow.
You know, yeah. I done those physicals. I know exactly how it works. I know the whole hand wrapping process and all of that shit. So I know there's ways to get around shit. But yeah, man, I'm interested now. I want to hear some of these phone calls, man. Let me toss. Let me put some food together. I'm gonna say toss a salad. You know, these motherfuckers will be saying crazy shit. But yeah, I'm gonna put something together. You got a rebuttal to that? You got something to say? Not a rebuttal, but you.
I'm exhausted, man. I'm exhausted. You know what that conversation did to me. I'm done. I'm fried, man. I'm fried, man. Yeah. What up, Jay? Abner Mares had retina surgery. He hasn't been back since. Yeah, you're right. He had 2. Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, callers, go and call in, man.
Yeah.
State y'all stuff. I'm gonna jump back in a minute.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Roy.
Yep. For those of you who haven't seen, Jay and I, she interviewed Brianna and I on Rolling Out. It was so much fun. Make sure you guys go check that out on rollingout.com and check out that interview with myself and Brianna. Yeah. What's up? Check that out, Rolling Out. What's up, man?
What's up, Fred? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. What you got?
So DB is tossing a salad. I hope it's a female salad.
Yeah, thank you.
What's up?
What you got, man? What you got? You always come with your guns blazing, man. What's up?
You heard Bernard Hopkins, right?
Yeah, what'd he say?
He's questioning just like I was, man. You guys act like I'm an alien from outer space. I mean, it don't seem right, Fred. Okay, Fred, here's the deal. Let me ask you a question, Fred. Let's break this down.
Okay.
Why did they strip Pacquiao?
He was out the ring too long.
So they say, right? So they say.
Yeah.
Now, isn't it curious that after they strip Pacquiao, the belt goes to Ugas, right? Then here's what you should be worried about. They set up this fight between Spence and Errol Spence and Pacquiao and got all the infrastructure together, right? They got the pay-per-view infrastructure, they got all the travel, all that stuff's already set up. So then when Spence backs out, who moves in? Ugas. That is not tolerated. That is unheard of in boxing, really. It's not like a last-minute standby or something like that. This was premeditated and set up. Can you see that?
Hey, so let me ask you. So do you think they set Pacquiao up? Do you think PBC set Pacquiao up?
Here's what the thing was.
Tell me your theory. Tell me your theory. I don't know your theory.
My theory is I don't really know if Earl got scared and he's ducking and Pacquiao got to get his money because they know Pacquiao broke. So they said, okay, Pacquiao, you're still going to get paid. We're just going to move Ugas in. But when you win and you beat him, you can have your last fight as a champion. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only thing I could think of, brother. I mean, I'm picking your brain because I'm not saying I have all the answers. We just know it's fishy, right?
We just know it's fishy. Good one. I don't believe nothing's fishy, man. I think Earl has surgery. You know what I mean? Man, I could see if y'all was like saying, oh, maybe he had it like a month ago and he was seeing if he could pass his physical, but y'all think he just running from Pacquiao? I mean, that would be a better one to be like, man, he had the eye injury for a long time and he waited to the last minute because he thought he could pass the physical and all that. But ducking, I honestly can't. I see no ducking, Earl. No duck in Earl.
Video. Yes. He was getting roughed up in sparring. You saw that, right?
Everyone has a bad day in sparring. You know, Floyd never lost. He had bad days. Mike Tyson got knocked down. You know, I've seen some bad sparring.
He don't.
Huh?
Maybe he saw the juice cart that Pat was going to use. He saw the juice cart pull up. And he's like, oh shit.
Oh man.
There ain't no way I'm gonna whoop him. Remember Thurman thought, oh, I'm gonna whoop Pat. I'm gonna whoop him. And what happened?
He lost.
Pat got juiced up, dropped him in front of his damn mama, man. Drop that nigga. Okay? I'm telling you, man. I think Earl, this is his graceful bow out so he could get some more time to do whatever the fuck he's gonna do. And he might just go to 154, like you said, right?
We'll see. We'll see. I'll get some information. Earl will call in when he's comfortable. You know what I mean? And he'll express himself. But I don't believe ducking. I don't believe that at all. At all. I could see him like here's what I can see. I can see him self-analyzing his eye. Well, I could see, you know, I feel good. Like, you know, like sparring didn't go too bad. You know, I think I can get through this fight. You know, maybe that was 2 weeks before he went to the doctor or something like that. That's the worst I can see, that he thought he could pass a physical with that eye. That's the worst thing I can see. But in terms of ducking, nah, hell nah, man. Not Earl.
Look at his last.
Not Earl.
Look at his last few fights, though. When has Earl knocked anybody out? What was it? Bundu was his last knockout? I mean, know. He couldn't knock Mikey out. Maybe? People are like, oh, he did knock Mikey out. He couldn't knock Mikey out.
Latin kid.
He couldn't. Did you see that?
Oh, he could knock who out?
He couldn't knock Mikey out. He couldn't. And then when he fought Garcia, Danny hung with him and stuff, but he bested Danny, but he didn't knock Danny out. He hasn't been knocking people out. He doesn't have that power. He's been drained.
Or you can say thank you. Or he didn't know it was torn. He just had the symptoms of a torn retina. He just thought it was normal because he's a fighter and he spars and that's it. How
would you not know you had a torn retina? That's just like saying you didn't know your leg was cut off. That is I don't know.
It's a very serious injury.
Very serious injury, and it causes vision occlusions, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I don't know. That we're gonna have a doctor. I'm not gonna take you're not a doctor. You're a workout specialist. So I'm not gonna take you. I'm not gonna take your.
But you got a doctor in the house, your old lady.
No,
but
right?
But
she's not an eye doctor, so she's not an expert on that. So I asked her, and but she was gonna come on yesterday or 2 days ago, but she's not an expert on it, and she was gonna explain it to us, but she's not. She just knows what she's gonna go in the book and read, but she doesn't have a history of eyes.
Fred, I know your relationship with Earl. I know you got a
no. I'm serious. No, okay.
With lipstick
I do.
on your wall, looking all cute with his what is it? Lip gloss on your picture.
Oh no,
man, you're an Earl fan, okay?
Okay, that's fair.
I get that.
That's fair.
But I'm saying this, brother. There's something fishy in Denmark. We can all see it. It's funny. That's the last thing I want to say, Fred. You pick your battles. You slam everybody else. You like, this is boxing.
I don't believe it.
Well, wait a second.
Okay, go ahead.
You jump on motherfuckers, left and right. And then when one of your people, Wilder or Earl, gets called into question, all of a sudden you got amnesia. No,
I don't have amnesia. I don't believe Earl's a duck. No, nothing in my heart would believe Earl is a duck, man. Like that's weird. Like that don't make sense to me at all, man.
When was the last time you saw a big fight, a major fight like this, where somebody backs out and they already have somebody to slide in there?
Well, he was on the undercard.
Comparable.
He's on the undercard. He's on the undercard, so they had to bump him up, and he was a champion. So it was like maybe it was a perfect storm. See, I could see if you came with like Earl, hold on, we're gonna try and trap Manny so he can't get out of this fight. So we're gonna. So I could see something like that, like.
But for $80, Fred, that's an insult.
No, I'm not paying. No, I'm not paying for the fight. I'm not buying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying 80. I paid $80 for Pac and Spence. I ain't paying $80 for Pac and Ugas. I'm not. That wasn't the original contract.
Yeah.
Why aren't people upset?
Yeah, and Earl begged for the fight. Not begged for the fight, but he demanded this fight. Man, come up with a new theory, man. That theory don't make no sense at all. The only theory.
All right, I'm gonna open up the line.
All right, thank you.
Think about that though.
No, I ain't got to think about shit. Earl ain't afraid of Manny Pacquiao. Hell no, he ain't afraid. Right. No, he ain't at all. Nah, no way. All
right, man, I'm out. I'm opening up the lines, but you think about that shit.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, peace.
Later, bro.
All right, peace.
All right.
Now the only thing I could say, but it's not it's I mean, I would deem it as just a business move. You know what I mean? I'll tell you guys after Miss T. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, Fred?
How you doing? Yeah, you right after him. See, you called in late. The only thing that I can say, and this may even be a reach, right? Is like, you know how the NFL don't announce their injuries or until like they have a deadline to announce their injuries, and they keep the starting quarterback in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I can see that PBC may have done. Maybe Earl injured his eye 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. And maybe he knew it was injured. Maybe he didn't know it was injured. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. And they said, well, we're going to schedule you an eye appointment for this day, and we're going to see if you can pass. If you don't pass, we'll just move Ugas right in. But now we got Manny Pacquiao in this fight because we can't lose it. We can't lose this fight. We need Manny Pacquiao's pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing I could think of. Maybe it was the injury happened a week before instead of this week. But that's just strictly business, though. But I don't believe he ducked the fight. You know what I mean? Maybe he injured it Monday, or maybe he injured it Friday, or maybe he injured it a week before. You know, Earl will tell us all this when he comes in here. But in terms of him ducking, you know what I mean? So that's just impossible for me to believe. But go ahead.
Well, look who you was talking to.
Yeah, sure.
As soon as he started talking, I was like, that's Super Coon.
Yeah.
But he gonna start everything. He'll start the shit on your channel. First of all, even on my channel, I said it. Earl didn't duck. The way the news broke, it seemed like Earl didn't even know. He probably, because he strikes me as a person that will power through, pain or whatever. He wanted to fight. The dude has never, and I cannot point to a time in his career where he's seen like, I got to talk it over with them. Like he's hesitant about fighting or whatever. Earl, if he could, he would fight probably more than twice a year, I believe. He doesn't strike me as a person who would just try to, because he know he's the best. And I think he was going to wash Pacquiao. And I agree with one thing Super Coon said, and that was, I don't think I'm going to pay for that fight, because when he said, well, how did Ugas move up? He, dabbling in that conspiracy theory type stuff is crazy. He moved up like what you said. He was on the card. Nobody's talking about how Fabian Maidana pulled out too. So there was Ugas and there was Earl. I mean, there was Pacquiao, who didn't have an opponent. Both of them didn't have an opponent. So what you supposed to do? But anybody who felt like they wanted to fight with Pacquiao, they should be ready at all times. And Super Coon said, since when do they move people in? They do that all the time. Isn't that what just happened to Fox? Isn't that, Saturday night, he was, was waiting around to substitute for somebody? They have to do that all the time. Earl went, he got his surgery, and K2KC put a doctor on to explain how that thing works. He did. You can see the video of BFTD put it on there too. And the doctor basically was like, no, it's not a duck. That's a real injury. And y'all was talking about, he has a torn retina, not a detached retina. But detached retinas start off as torn. And he said, you sometimes can't feel it. So what he talking about, like, oh, you should have been able to feel it. How the fuck you gonna feel something in the back of your eyes? Like, you just, a lot of people go through this and they don't feel it. Look at Abner Morris. I thought he was lying. Have you seen how he looked now?
Yeah, he was kind of cross-eyed.
Yeah. He wasn't lying. And now it seemed like I don't think Abner is ever coming back, because I was really looking forward to that fight with him and Tank. So I'm just saying, people keep saying, oh, he's ducking and all that. Stop with the mess. And I'm a Bud fan. I would have loved for Bud to step in, but apparently Bud wasn't ready. Or, maybe they get to choose who the substitutes are. I don't know how it went there. I think it's a real thing. I think it's good that Earl paid attention to what the doctor said. And then look, Earl do stuff that other people don't do. He found out Monday and he had his surgery on Wednesday.
Yes, okay. So I stand corrected. He found out Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
He found out.
Okay.
That's what they said.
Okay.
He found out Monday. He told us Tuesday night. Who does that? He the only one that does that. He went to his fans and explained himself. Everybody else be pussyfooting around and don't say nothing. He found out Monday. He explained to the fans.
Well, I stand corrected then.
And then he had his surgery on Wednesday. But, I ain't gonna argue with Super Coon and all these crazy motherfuckers talking about some Earl ducking. That's just crazy. We all know the truth. That's the truth. I would tell Earl, relax, take all the time you need. They say 2 weeks, make it 4 weeks. You ain't got nothing to prove to us as fans, because we already know how you get down. So I'm 100% with him trying to recuperate and heal to the fullest. Take your time. We gonna be here when you come back. But I did want to ask you about the WBA, and I came into your show a little bit late. Mm-hmm. So I know I heard you said that she was suspended for 9 months. I thought
6
it was
months.
6. It's 6 months, okay. And that they had, and I said this too. They had their meeting in Miami today to discuss disciplinary actions and what they're gonna do going forward. Now, from what I understand, Mendoza, the president of WBA, he explained as much to ESPN. I did ask a question like, did ESPN report on it? Like, have they even said anything? Because I don't watch ESPN, so I wouldn't know. But,
no, I haven't cut on ESPN all week. I've been on YouTube all week, so I don't know.
Yeah, that
I'll
ought
be
to tell you
honest.
how ESPN get down.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm not.
Well, the good news, I don't know if you consider it good news. WBA president said he's looking for more judges.
Man, cut
He
it out.
said he's going to offer an online class.
Man.
Now, this is what I say, Fred. Now, everybody can laugh or whatever, but I say when you start getting referees and judges, why they can't just do a background check on people and give them a security clearance? Because I'm going to tell you one thing. One thing about people with security clearances, they will move heaven and earth not to fuck it up. There's the integrity, you know what I'm saying, that we need. That's the integrity. It could be a secret clearance. They don't cost that much, but everybody who's going to be like involved with judging or referee or anything really with the boxing need to have a clearance, because even if they're doing the judging as a part-time job, you know what a clearance would do for you going back home trying to get a job. Everybody I know with a clearance guarded with their life. And Fred, I've had a top secret. I've actually had a high one, and I can tell you right now, you don't play with that. Your integrity will mean everything to you. So I just think the judges, they all should be having a secret clearance or some kind of clearance, but definitely get a background check so you don't be surprised. And I think the IBF, the WBO, and damn sure the WBC, y'all should take this as a lesson for y'all too. Go scrub some of your judges. Go scrub all them people and see what they doing in the background so you don't be shocked. But that's what I was saying, Fred. That's one way. Everything that has happened today with the WBA is progress. Not everything we wanted, but it's progress. It's a step in the right direction. But that's all I wanted to say, Fred.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, thanks, Miss T. Matt, Marky Dan, want to place a bet on if Bud Porter will fill out? I got that vibe talking to Bob yesterday. I got that vibe. I definitely got that vibe. Got that vibe talking to What's up? Talking to Bob yesterday. I got that vibe. Yeah, what's up?
What's going on, Fred, man? You know what it is, man.
What you got?
Ain't too much, man. But I don't like the fact, man, motherfuckers going around saying that shit about Earl, man. Earl is a dog, man. You hear me?
Yep.
Earl is a cold dog, man. That man will fight everybody. His resume speaks for itself. His resume speaks for itself. Even for all the top welterweights out there. Everybody that got a name or somebody, he didn't fought. So how can the man be ducking Pacquiao? Come on, man. Then Terrence Crawford, he all on the Jones saying my man Earl ducking and all this. He ducked Sean Porter. They were supposed to fight. Sean Porter had said something to him about fighting women. Some months back. You ain't got no belt or nothing, nah. Come on, man. It's a lot. Hey, Fred, man, there's a lot going on in this motherfucking sport of boxing, man. There's a whole lot, man. And to the Fox family, man, I tilt my hat off to them, man. They taking this loss way better than I would be taking this motherfucker, man, for real, Slim. You hear me? I don't know, man. It's crazy, Fred, man. But all in all, man, I don't think Earl ducking, man. He came out, told his fans what was going on, showed the surgery and everything. You know what I mean? How can the man be ducking? Come on, who is Pacquiao, man? Who is Pacquiao? Keith Thurman fought Pacquiao, so what makes you think Earl be scared to fight Pacquiao? You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man, but it's a nice little fight card coming up, though, Fred, this weekend, man.
Yeah, we got 3 cards. 3 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 cards.
Yeah, I see my man Gary, man. I see my man Gary do an interview today, man.
Yeah, he in town. He in LA.
Yeah, man. So, you know, Riggindale, man. I think Riggindale might do something, man.
Yeah, well, I hope. I like him on social media.
Yeah, I think Riggindale might do something, man. But who knows, man? The way these judges and shit, judging shit, man.
But if WBA missed this one this weekend, woo, order.
That's what I say, Fred.
Right.
And I want to say one more thing. I want to piggyback on what you had said, man. A few days ago, man, about, you know what I mean, as far as the WBA, and you were saying the shit falls back on Al Heyman. It falls back on Al Heyman. He's supposed to be correcting that shit. You are exactly right. You know what I mean? Just like if anything would have went on, everybody been looking at Bob Earn. You know what I mean? If anything would have went on, motherfuckers would have been looking at Eddie Hearn. Nah, that shit falls back on PBC, Al Heyman. Right. He was supposed to get that shit together, man. Come on, man. But what he doing? Like all the rest of them, tucking their motherfucking tail, man. That's what he doing. The shit that he's supposed to speak out about, or he's supposed to have Sam Mitchell and all these other motherfuckers, Leonard Ellaby and all these other soft-talking motherfuckers. You know what I mean? They supposed to be speaking out about that. It ain't gonna happen, man. That's why I say, man, the sport of boxing is man, just pour some water on it, man. Pour some water on this shit, man. But Bud and Porter, I think Porter gonna beat Bud, man.
You do.
Bud his resume some trash. Bud can't do nothing with Earl. Nothing with Earl Spence. Man, for real. I'm a Gary Russell fan to the heart. But besides Gary Russell, Earl Spence is I love Earl Spence, man. Earl Spence want to fight the best. You know what I mean? He want to fight the best. All these other boxers, man, they ducking and hiding behind smoking mirrors and all this old wild, man. He want to fight the best, and he let it be known. That's why I like Earl. You know what I mean? That's why I love Earl, man. Earl, he don't duck no wreck. He always want nothing but the best. You know what I mean? And they talking about the dude you had, I don't know his name. He just came on before the little lady came on. He talking about Earl. You don't have to knock nobody out to win a fight. You don't have to knock nobody out. Come on, man. He outboxed him, outclassed him. That's all you need to do to win the fight. Or am I looking at something wrong, Fred?
Nah, you got it.
You know what I mean? You don't need to knock nobody out. As long as you outbox him and outclass him, that's all you need to do. And he is doing that night in and night out every time he get in the ring. But, you know what I mean? The haters going to always have something to throw out there, man. Oh, he ain't knocked Mikey out. He ain't knocked Danny out. He beat him. Hands down, convincingly. Over 9 rounds. Beat him. Beat the brace off him. What more do you want? You want a knockout. Everybody wants a knockout, but if he can't get it, what the fuck? He won the fight convincingly. Yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say, Fred, man. I appreciate you, man. Take it easy, man.
Thank you.
You know, I might come out going anytime, man. Sometime next week or something, man.
No, always welcome. Always welcome.
All right, man.
Salute
to you, man. And DB, man. And your man, DB.
All right, one. Yeah. Yeah, Deacon, what's up?
Hey, man, too blessed to be stretched and highly favored. What's good with your fam?
Hey, now, what you got?
Yeah, let me give a shout out to DB, Reggie Owens. Who that was, Batman?
No, that wasn't Batman.
Damn sure sounded like him. Yeah, but to his point, who just got off the phone, Floyd was bigger than Marquez. He didn't knock him out, and it was a complete shutout. And you know, he didn't get a lot of flack for that. You know, he got some praise on that fight. You know, you always have some detractors that's gonna try and shit on your performance. You know what I'm saying? So Earl is doing what he's supposed to do, and the people who are saying that Earl is ducking, I think those people have too much time on their hands. They really got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Those are people who are, I call them peeping Toms, right? They trying to catch the girl taking a shower. They looking through the window. Come on, knock on the door, man. She might let you in. You know what I'm saying? Stop the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You're really not into boxing like that. That's why you can say something like that. Because if you was really into boxing, you would know that this man is not ducking. This man is a true warrior. This man ducks no fades, right? So I got to give him his credit. And I got to disagree with him when he said that he thinks that Porter's going to beat Terrence Crawford. I'll take all bets on that when they get ready. When that fight happens, I'll take bets. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be Terrence Crawford shining moment. He's going to really shine in that fight. He's coming in with something to prove. I mean, he's had a big chip on his shoulder with this fight because this is the fight that he's got in his head, and he's hearing on social media, he's reading it or whatever, and that when he gets to this level, Sean Porter, Spinks, Pacquiao, all these top level guys, he's not going to be able to compete. Not compete, but beat them, right? He's more, when it comes to those fighters, he's a tier level down. He's a level down. And I think he's going to come out and he's going to prove what kind of fighter he is. He's going to do something that no fighter has done to Sean before, and that is stop him. I'm banking on Crawford stopping Sean, not just a win. He's not going to be satisfied with a win. You ever seen, matter of fact, check out Crawford when he goes into the ring with a chip on his shoulder. It's like even after the bell rings, he's still trying to get at his man. He's so amped up, he's still trying to get at him. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford is a different type of animal, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to see Crawford get in the ring with the guys that the boxing public says that he can't beat. Those are the fights that we really want to see. If you are true boxing fans, those are the fights that get you excited about boxing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you choose in the fight. You're finna get a great fight because these guys coming in with something to prove. And those are the fights that are memorable fights. You can remember this fight years and probably decades down the line. You know what I'm saying? Just like George Foreman and the Lyle fight. You know what I'm saying? People still talk about that fight to this day. They talk about Hagler Hearns to this day. You know what I'm saying? You get those type of fights. You know what I'm saying? Castillo versus Corrales. What a hell of a fight that was. Now, think about Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward, the first fight. The first fight. Now, these two guys was not elite fighters on that A level, right? But the performance that they put on in that first fight, man, I would pay to go see it every time. I would pay to, because think about it. You get Floyd Mayweather versus check it out. Say when he fought, how can I compare that? Alberto, right? He didn't get a knockout. It was not a barn burner, right? It was not like a hell of a fight, but he shut this guy out. He beat him. He beat him quietly. That fight with Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti was not a quiet fight. Man, I had chill bumps standing up. My hair was standing up on my arms every round. You know what I'm saying? Those fights get you excited, right? And I think when Crawford comes in, he's going to put on a performance when he gets to fight that level. Man, listen, we're going to be talking about those fights. We're going to be talking about those fights. And people Please stop saying that Earl is a ducker, man. I mean, take that out of boxing, man. Stop it. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? These guys are paid to get in the ring and do what they do. They are trained to get in the ring and do what they do, right? When you do something over and over and over again, and you train your body, you train your mind for that type of combat, your body and your mind is equipped for that. Ain't no ducking in that. This is what you do. This is what you do, right? Now, if you say that Earl is scared to go out there and get in a gunfight, that may be different. He's not a cowboy. He's not a soldier in the army. He's a warrior in the ring. That's what he get paid to do. So no, he's not afraid. He's not ducking. I think people who say that are not real fight fans. They're just not real fight fans because they wouldn't say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What you say, Fred?
I agree with you.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy, man. Yeah. It's just crazy, man. I just can't wait to see some of these good fights get put on. Like I forgot who said this a couple calls earlier. Guy said, no, I know it was my brother. DB said, and he said correctly, with all these cancellations going on, we're not really getting fights that can replace that. That's going to be something that we can say, hey, man, I'm looking forward to that. Where are the good replacement fights? You know what I'm saying? It's like they get us hyped for the fight and we get close to the fight and something happens. I'm praying that this don't go down and Tyson Fury don't find a different excuse when it comes to fight time, right? And what I thought about with Errol Spence, with this fight being canceled, what he did made me instantly think about Tyson Fury. When he came out and they dropped information instantly. Hey, I have a problem with my eye, I haven't heard from Tyson Fury yet about the COVID situation. That's the first thing I thought about. Why this man haven't came out and explained to the audience? Forget us. What about his fans? Why didn't he come out and explain to his fans? Hey man, I caught COVID. I apologize. You know, I'll make it up to you. Whatever. Nothing. You know what he do? He come out and thumb his nose at the boxing public. He's being seen taking pictures with people with no mask on. He could be a super spreader. Who knows? He didn't seem to give a damn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's dangerous. People are actually dying from this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got news about my grandbaby, which I ain't buying into that. I check on him. He's doing great, but this is nothing to play with. Why didn't this man come out and show some type of responsibility and apologizing to the public, stand out of the way, not out here taking pictures and getting around people? Just the perception of it, brother. It don't look good. I mean, just by him taking himself around people with this nonsense, man. I don't know, man. You know, like I said, a couple people that I know have died with the coronavirus, man. And that guy is walking around like, you know, he don't give a damn. You know, and I seen the interview with you and Bob Arum. You know, it seemed to me like when you wanted to ask him certain questions about Tyson Fury, it was almost like he was gonna chop your head off. It's like you pulled your head back in that damn shell like a turtle. You should have kept your neck out there and asked them hard questions, brother.
Who, me? What other questions should I have asked him?
You just should have pressed him about Tyson, but being out there like that You know, because I want to say this here. Had that been Deontay Wilder, so-called diagnosed with coronavirus, and him out in public behaving the way Tyson Fury, he would have been the lowest person on the earth. He would have been they would have shunned him so bad, right? They would have disrespected him.
You don't. I'm gonna cut you off. There's no sense in comparing a white man to a black man in America. I think we all got to cut that out as black people.
Okay, if it was a white man, get this. No. Stop. Not. Listen, brother. I love you, but I got to call you out on this. Now, don't do me like that now, because I love you, brother.
100. I'm being 100. Like if it was,
no, you're not. No, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you why you're not being 100.
Okay, why?
Because whenever we bring up Bob Arum, you get defensive. You get to talk about.
I'm not
no. Listen to me. You just put me. Listen what I'm saying, brother. What you just did right there was put me in a victim state, right?
We are playing victim. It is playing victim.
No. See, you're wrong for that, brother. No,
it is playing victim. Like, of course, the black man's gonna get twice as hard as and Bob Arum is.
Can I say something? Can I say? No.
You been talking for 15 minutes. I didn't say anything.
See, because you're getting away with, you won't let me.
No, I'm just gonna, and you can talk for another 15 minutes, and then we'll lose the rest of the show. I'm gonna say this. Bob is a lawyer. Only thing I can do is ask him the question. You can't rebuttal Bob. How many times I got to tell y'all this? I'm an expert. I think I'm an expert at interviewing Bob. I think I'm the expert of the experts. Bob is a lawyer first. He is going to defend Tyson Fury. He can't incriminate Tyson Fury. So all my responsibility is to ask the question. He's not going to incriminate himself. Never will he incriminate himself. He won't do it. I told you, interviewing Bob is two guys going into a bank vault. Who's going to get the cash and who's going to get the gold? That's all it is. And if we're comparing, if we want to say, oh, Deontay would have got twice as hard. Yeah, we all know that already. Yeah. But go ahead, continue. All you.
Now, as I was saying, whenever you talk about Al Heyman, it's free smoke. But whenever we bring up Bob Arum, you push back and damn near call us a victim.
You getting defensive right now.
No. What I'm not doing is
what you're not going to say is I even asked him about him getting convicted of the crime. Has anyone ever asked Bob about him being convicted of the crime with the WBA? Or is that the first time you've ever heard that?
Let me know when I can talk, brother. You know, man, we got to be able to do this. But you know what I'm saying?
Can we agree to disagree? That's all. Absolutely. Because we got 20. We got people waiting. We'll just agree to disagree.
Ain't no problem, brother. Listen, all I'm saying is, bro, I'm a grown ass man, and just like you are, and just like you are. And listen, when you talk down on me like I'm a child,
I'm not talking down on you.
Listen, no. When you talk, you actually talk. You actually talk to us as you talking to a child, and you can't do that, brother.
Okay.
You talk to the black audience as though you talking to kids, man.
And you're talking as if you're a victim.
And that's the shit I'm trying to let you know. That's how you come at us. You knew exactly what I was talking about. That's why you responded the way you did. You come at us like we acting like victims. No, I'm saying is,
if it had to be a black man, that's playing the victim. If it had been a black man, that's playing the victim. If it had been a black man,
I did not. To be technical with you, brother. I did not say if it would have been a black man. I said had it been Deontay Wilder, it would have been a different standard going on here, brother. It would have been something else going on. If it would have been Deontay Wilder, right? That's what I said. I didn't say. See what I'm saying? If shit don't go your way, Fred, it ain't no. You always right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You got to stop that shit, man. You gotta stop that,
right? You gotta stop that, man. Can we agree to disagree? Because you've been on the phone 30 minutes. Can we agree to disagree? Can I get to the next call?
You want to get to the next call? I've been on the phone longer than this, but whenever I'm pushing back against Bob Allen, it's time to go. I've been on the phone too long. All this nonsense.
If
You
it
feel what I'm
hadn't
saying?
been
No,
Deontay
you the
Wilder,
victim because you know why you the victim. I'm going to show you why you the victim. I'm going to show you why you the victim.
You can say what you want. Go ahead.
Let me say what I'm going to show you why you the victim. You the victim of, and listen, anytime somebody talk about this white man, you defend him. You defend this man and you will shit on black people in order to defend this motherfucker.
Okay. Peace.
God forgive because but you understand what I'm saying?
I'll talk to you later. Peace. I'm not even gonna entertain that shit. Because at the end of the day, you're playing the victim. And we're gonna go to the next call. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Fred?
Go ahead. What's up?
Man, first thing I want to say, man, is salute to the Fox family, man. They showing a whole lot of grace in what happened to them. What happened to their young brother. The fact that the fight was not the decision was not overturned, and this blemish on his brother's record is not taken away, is a shame. So they basically half-assing it. They're saying, oh well, we recognize the problem, but we really ain't gonna do nothing about it. It's basically what they're saying, because giving her a 6-month suspension.
I think she should be expelled.
She should be expelled, and her husband should be looked into also. And on top, why was there an official in the other corner? If that's true, why was there an official in the other corner? And then and if it's true, the issue with the gloves, why was there skinning taking place with the gloves? And to the point where the ref was like, who signed off on this? And everybody was passing the buck. So there should this is bigger than that boxing organization. This goes to the commission, and this goes to the state. So it was bigger than just that commission. The state was involved because the boxing commission is part of the state, right? Who comes in and inspects the gloves?
I think it's the commission. I don't think it's the state.
No, the athletic commission for the state, right? Who's governing the fight for the state? The WBA, I'm pretty sure the WBA is not inspecting the gloves.
I get what you're saying.
All that stuff is not in house with the WBA because they give them too much power. The state has to be doing something. So that means the state's involved. That means the state was involved. There was some individuals with the state that was involved. So it was bigger than just that one racist woman and her husband.
It's always bigger than what we see.
Yeah. So, man, I take my hat off to that family, man, and that family needs to go get a lawyer.
Ain't nothing gonna happen. They want to fight.
No, well, yeah, you can fight, but you can sue the hell out of them too.
Right.
Because that's racial discrimination. You put a known racist on a judge panel between a black and Latino fighter who's a known Latino racist.
Right.
No, the dude walked into the lion's den as a gazelle. So no, man, dude, they need lawyers because
I agree. They need lawyers. I agree.
Putting her being suspended and they say, well, the belt is vacated. No, you can set up a situation where you can have independent judges go back and rejudge that fight, but you're choosing not to, you're choosing not to do the right thing. You're choosing to have another fight where people got to pay you. You know what I'm saying? That gets revenue for you as an entity. You're looking to get the WBA is looking to get paid again.
Oh, for sure.
Off, you know, what I'm saying, off of this fight, and they should not get any more revenue off of this. You know, off of these two. Off of Michael Fox, because they've already fucked him. So they need to take that check. Do what they're going to do with that and get that man his damn belt. The other thing was I heard something about uh Earl Spence faking and or ducking the fight. You see, these are clown individuals on social media that are doing videos and titles and stuff like that. And I hate to sound like Andre Ward, but doing titles and stuff like that in order to try to get views. And they started this whole stupid ass conversation because a few people, insignificant individuals who don't get no views and have a lack of membership, want to try to say that the brother is trying to duck smoke. Errol Spence ain't got no reason to be ducking Manny Pacquiao. That is a dream damn fight. And it's since when has Errol Spence ever backed down? Or matter of fact, this is probably the only fight where no, matter of fact, this is not the only fight. He was talking cold cash shit to Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao sitting there smiling. This dude ain't never ducked the smoke from nobody, and will sit there with, you know what I'm saying, with that calm demeanor and sleepy ass eyes and talk cold cash shit to you. And then go in the ring and do exactly what he said he's gonna do. So to the individuals that started this conversation, get some views, get some membership, and stop creating dumbass narratives. We shouldn't be talking about this because it's not even a real issue. Just like the dumbass shit we talked about Deontay Wilder. This is another dumbass fucking conversation. And yeah, Thurman needs to see Ennis. We need to go ahead and get Thurman out the way. Let Ennis go ahead and get his make his bones, and we can use Thurman for that. So let's go ahead and get no body shot man up out of here and get that out of the way. And I'm gonna say this one thing, Fred. No disrespect, bro. Love you to death. You my man. 5,000 grand, all that. But you cannot compare the black issue to the white issue.
I'm not comparing the black issue to the white issue. We're playing the victim every time. Okay, if something happens to a white man, you can't say, well, if that was Deontay Wilder, we already know it's a double standard. We already know.
So what you're saying is basically stating the obvious.
I don't understand that statement.
If you're saying that we already know, and so if somebody says, well, we already know that, you're saying is okay, you're stating the obvious.
Can we use the example? Use it in the example that you just heard.
Okay. White man commits a crime, black man commits the same crime. White man gets probation, black man gets 15 years.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, it's something we already know. If that was Deontay Wilder, yes, the media would have bombarded him, but he was in my ear for 20 minutes. I took the headphones off. I was more agitated that he was on the phone so long, and I'm exhausted from that interview. So I've been exhausted ever since I got done with that interview. So as you guys know, I'm exhausted. That interview took a lot out of me. I'm like, whatever. I'm just going through the motions. I really ain't heard a phone call since it's been on. And y'all wanted him to get off. I wanted him to get off. And I was just looking for an opportunity to get off with him. He was on it for 20 minutes, just yelling in my ear, rah, 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 rah. And I'm already exhausted from the interview we had earlier. That's all.
Well, you know, every time they can get on, it's gonna be something classic. Dude got jewels. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you know, it's just it is what it is, man. I got no comment. But
I just think I'm tired of if you're gonna compare that to that, then go after the WBA. If that was Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, we already know he came in with loaded gloves. We already know that. Yes, Tyson Fury's gonna get the silver spoon and Deontay Wilder's gonna get the wooden spoon. We already know that. We already know it. So you gonna say it again? We already know. If Deontay Wilder, yeah. I'm not in the mood to play victim tonight. I already heard it. I already heard it. I did 3 interviews this week. I'm tired of the victim role. I'm not in the mood to hear the victim.
And well, I don't know if it's playing victim, bro, but but let's move on. I'll say this, man. When it comes to Bob, when Bob made that, you know what I'm saying, that the whole statement was, yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth. Nah, bro. No. That's a no-go. I can't do that.
I missed it. Did he say that in my interview?
I don't remember who's in it. I remember hearing him say it. I don't remember where I heard it, but you know,
he said that before. I believe I heard him say that before. Yeah.
Yesterday I was lying. Today I'm telling the truth. And this dude has been in corruption probes and this, that, and the other. This guy has no. He has no. You know, in the words of one of my legal lawyer cousins, he has no legal standing. You know what I'm saying? To take anything he says as gospel. I mean, he might be able to drop some jewels and get some insights because of his tenure in the game, but he's a gangster in the game. Real facts. He's a gangster in the game. You know what I mean? This dude is Gotti in the game. So I listen to him with filtered ears.
No, it's up to you to believe. I told you, it's up to you to believe what he's gonna believe.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna hold the line, man, because I know it's not people on here.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, peace.
All
right, we gonna get out of here. And oh man, what's up, Kyle? You muted. You muted. I think 20 minutes is too long to be yelling in my ear. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm not listening to nobody yell in my ear for 20 minutes. I don't give a fuck who you are. Y'all laughed yesterday when I played the song. Shit. 817, what's up? Hey, what's up?
What's up with it, Fred?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. You was right on Deacon tonight, man. You was right on Deacon tonight, bro. I mean, we all know. Everybody was sitting out here in the chat like, okay, Deacon, go on and wrap it up.
I really wanted to wrap it up. I'm like, man, and then again, I'm already exhausted. Y'all know I'm exhausted from the interview.
Facts.
I'm exhausted from that. I wanted to end the show an hour ago. I'll be honest with you. After DB got off the phone, I was like, DB, man. It was 10:30, it was 10:17 when DB got off. I'm like, shit. I kind of want to end the show.
I thought the show was about to be over on the cool. I thought you had came on early because DB was on the phone. I was like, oh shit, I ain't gonna get a chance to call in. You know what I'm saying?
And it was just everybody in the chat was saying, hang up. And I took my headphones off because I'm like, dude, this dude is yelling in my ear. I'm already agitated. I'm human. I was agitated. I'm human. I was agitated. Not from him, but y'all saw me take the headphones like, God, will this dude just stop yelling in my ear? And I turned
Fred. Goddamn, Fred. I mean, we watching and we listening. I mean, so if you watching and you listening and you can't read body language and you out here asking a motherfucker, what you feel about that? And a motherfucker ain't responding, guess what? They tired of your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, take a hit.
I'll be wrong though. I have no problem accepting wrong in this case. I don't care.
Facts. I mean, today you might have been in the wrong mood. You know what I'm saying? In order to do the show or whatever. You human. You dig? But on the other end, we got to recognize when we call in, when we fucking up, when we just dragging on, when we holding back the show on the cool. You know what I'm saying? Get off, let that shit go. Come back next week or something. Get your thoughts together and call in. Don't call in on the rambling shit and then get mad. Yeah, you know, Deacon, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Generally, he's solid. Today, he was just on some bullshit. It happens.
I personally, I was just agitated. I'm just agitated. That's all. And Deacon felt the brunt of it. That's all. And he was on for 20 minutes. I wanted to hang up 10 minutes ago. And I was
you
like,
mentioned how long he was on, and he still didn't catch on.
And then I was like, man, if I play the song on him, he gonna get mad. He gonna feel offended. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, he gonna get mad. He gonna get offended. And then what irked me is, I don't like when we compare whites to blacks. Yeah. That's the same reason I didn't ask. The same reason I didn't ask yesterday Bob Arum about the mansion. I wanted he opened the show. I'm just chilling in LA. You know what my first thought was? Are you chilling in the mansion that Terrence Crawford built? I didn't ask the question because that's kind of, I can't use a white man to disrespect a black man. You get what I'm saying? Like that comes off kind of awkward. And right. I just don't like the victim role, and I'm already agitated. I thought Deacon has played the victim before. Oh man, blacks, we got to do. No, I'm just exhausted of it, and I'm just exhausted. So I'm gonna take the blame. I don't mind playing the victim. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I will accept wrong today. Okay. But comparing Tyson Fury to Deontay Wilder, I mean,
it don't make sense. We already know what the deal is. I mean, again, like the brother just said, like he just said, we be stating the obvious there. I mean, this shit we already know. There's no sense of rehashing it. And, you know what I mean? That kind of plays into their argument. Like, oh, I'm tired of hearing that same old shit. You know what I'm saying?
And he was being mad repetitive. He said the same thing for 10 minutes.
Same shit over and over.
10 minutes. And y'all heard.
I'm like you, man. I'm like you, Fred. I'm agitated too. I've been agitated too. That's why on the cool, I've been laying low in the chats and shit. I ain't really been listening, you know, because the narratives that was gonna be built off of Earl, I knew were going to be ridiculous, right? And it's ridiculous to me when you have a person who doesn't speak much. If you're a real person out here in the world with real friends, real acquaintances, you know, make real relationships or whatever, you know, different types of people. So when you know, a person like Earl Spence, you know, what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. He's very quick to listen and slow to speak, like Deontay Wilder loves to say. That's Earl Spence in a nutshell. So when he speaks these poignant words, you know, these words mean something. They hold weight, right? He generally doesn't say anything that he has to go back on or restate to explain himself. He's very straightforward, right? Mm-hmm. So the man said he had a small tear in his retina. He went to 3 different doctors. They said he couldn't fight with it, and he needed to get it repaired. I'll be damned. It's done went from a tear in the retina to a torn retina to a detached retina to you know, I listened to a motherfucker say eye surgery he had. The shit it was nowhere near a tear. But since it was an eye injury, he had to equate it to it and the recovery time and all he couldn't see. You motherfuckers will make up any goddamn thing. Go read. Words, man, look, words have meanings for a reason. And if you use them in the proper context and understand what you're reading, then damn, you way ahead of the rest of them. Because I don't know how many channels, and I don't know how many people on these channels. Detached retina, it was torn. Have you ever had a tear in something and then something be torn? It's 2 different things. You can have a tear in a piece of paper, or the paper can be torn. It's 2 different things, man. Watch the context of what y'all saying. Plenty of these channels. I'm with the brother. You know, trying to get your views up and shit. This ain't the 1980s. He ain't got no detached ass retina. It ain't Sugar Ray. Like, move forward, man. Move forward. And another thing, like you said, a lot of these cats don't open-ended questions, open-ended statements. Say it, brother. Go ahead. I know you want to chime in. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. You broke up.
No, I was gonna say those open-ended statements that you were talking about, that they need to ask more questions on or follow-up questions on.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Uh,
I'm totally with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. Terrence Crawford's post the other day, about everything happening for a reason. He's very, sometimes he ain't very coy at it. You know what I mean? How he try to play on words and statements or whatever. But that statement that he posted could have been interpreted many different ways. That's one of those open-ended statements. And so I heard different people say, "Oh no, he wasn't being disrespectful to the man or whatever." Really, what it was open-ended statement. Hell, you can interpret that a million different ways, and that's what he wanted. And that's what a lot of these cats want. But see, Earl ain't that type of cat. So recognize that, man. Take what the man said for what it is. Anybody else who happy about him being hurt, or y'all some miserable motherfuckers, man. That's just all it is to it. At the end of the day, the Lord works in mysterious ways. We finna get Pacquiao and Ugas, and they gonna really clean up what should have been done in the first place any damn way. On the cool to me. I think that fight should have taken place anyway. If in fact they was gonna snatch the belt from Manny or do all that, it's a way to tie it all up in a bow. Earl can come back, fight the winner, and then go get Crawford. All right. But one more thing, the ducking. How Deacon was saying, they need to take ducking out and he's being trained for it. That's bullshit, Deacon. There's ducks out here. Rolly called Devin all kind of bitches and everything. He the biggest bitch in boxing, this, that, and the third. Bill and them on his bumper. Now the boy on the milk carton. He don't want no smoke. You got 3 motherfuckers, you got 4, 5 people that's done ducked Devin Haney in the past year and a half. So let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Keep shit a buck. You got some cats who duck, you got some cats who there for the smoke. We know what it is, man. Just like Fred said, let's not state the obvious. Boxing is like that toxic piece of pussy you got. You know what I'm saying? You know she ain't no good, but you can't let her go. Cause every time you get ready, she call you with that snapback, hit you with that what you doing, and there we go. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta learn to take the good with the bad, the bitter with the sweet, and keep moving. And before I go, like I say, man, it's gonna take a concerted effort between the YouTube media and fans and boxers to get these commissions to change. If they stop paying these motherfucking commissions and start dropping their belts in the trash and start getting a lawyer, start educating their motherfucking self, you know what I'm saying, before they sign these contracts and shit, then they can be able to fight and change shit the way that they need to. I feel sorry for the Fox family. That boy went in there and put that work in, and he should be rewarded for it. So salute to him for their patience. But at the same time, man, the WBA is wrong. Suspending a motherfucker for 6 months ain't shit. She should never be able to judge another fight. And I really think they should wipe them motherfucker clean with the judges and come back with some new ones. I appreciate the time to cook, Fred, and I'm gonna go on and back out, man. Hey, it's gonna be all right, Fred.
Oh, I'm good.
Get you some CBD, bro. God damn.
What's that? CBD. What's that?
Say, man. Hey, man. It's close. It's close to the smoke, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
All right. Peace.
You won't piss dirty, bro.
All right.
All right, Fred.
Peace. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Big Fred? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What happened? You were muted?
What the hell happened, man? I went away and shit. Man, boy.
He was on the phone 9 minutes, y'all, just so you know. 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
Man.
Yeah. So it felt longer because y'all was itching to say he was on too long.
Hey, listen, when I seen
he was on the phone 22 minutes. I was just agitated, man. God.
I'm not gonna lie. When I seen Deacon come, I said, damn, this is gonna be long. And then when he got off, and then Terrence Bailey came on, I said, oh shit.
Yeah.
I said, oh man, shit, I ain't gonna talk to single Fred tonight. But hey, we on right after you, Big Fred.
Yeah.
Which I'm going on at 11:30 just to get the shit started. But yeah, man, we definitely going on after you, man. Listen.
Yeah.
I wanted to address Is that Super Coon? Is that his name these days? What we calling him?
Yeah, the first caller. Yeah.
All right, listen, man. Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder slander, it can't be tolerated, man. All right, I'm not gonna stand for it. All right, I'm just not gonna stand for it. This dude, he come over here every day with this same bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he always want to just get some shit started. And I really want to see what this guy looks like, Fred. I just want to see what the man looks like, dude. Because the shit that he says, you got to show your face. You know what I mean? With the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see what this dude looks like. You know what I mean? But to say that Errol Spence dunked out a fight with Manny Pacquiao, you know, I've been arguing with niggas all week about this shit, man. The nigga was in a car accident, bro. I'm sure that car accident hit way harder than Manny Pacquiao, Fred.
Sure.
If he made it out of that, I mean, he can make it out of a fucking fight with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, cut the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, man, cut the shit. All right. They gonna fight. He gonna get the winner. You know what I'm saying? I'm still depressed about it because I wanted to go to Vegas and have a good time with the homies. There's another chance to hang out with the homies that was ended. But I'm on the fence. I might still go. I'll let you know by Tuesday. You know what I'm saying, if I'm going or not. But because a few cats on there that I know is going to be on that card, so I want to support them. So I think I'm going to end up flying out that way anyway. But Big Frank will hold you too much longer, bro, because everybody else held you forever. So I'm going to get...
I appreciate it, man. I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna have it's 11:30. We about to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm finna go ahead and jump on my
go live. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, DB, put the link in the chat. Jump your ass on. You know what I'm saying? It's MMA Thursday, goddammit. And oh yeah, hey, Fred, Carissa Shields is getting back in the octagon. After she take care of her business in the octagon, she come right back into the ring in December. She brought up Raquel Miller.
She did.
She sure did. She sure did in the interview. So we might get that fight, or we may get a fight with her and Savannah Marshall. I'm down with either one of them fights. I'm excited for either one of them fights, and I'm gonna try to make it my business to get down there for sure. Wherever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's seeing her fight live, Fred. I don't know if you ever seen her fight live, but
Carissa?
Yeah,
I've been to her first fight.
Okay, I mean, but she bigger now. But being in there, man, yeah, she fucking special, man. She's special. So yeah, I'll see y'all niggas in a minute. All right, peace. All right, Fred, I'll see you later on, dog.
Peace. DB, you want to call in? I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. I'll be honest with y'all. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So anyways, man. Where were we? Oh, good. Go ahead, D.
Hey, you know how a little kid be sleepy and you tell them to get off the couch and go lay in their bed or something, and they be so exhausted they just don't want to move.
Yeah.
They be like complaining a little bit, like, like, hey man, like Julian, get off the couch and go get in your bed.
You talking to your son?
No, I'm saying that yeah, and I'm not right now. And I'm saying that's you right now.
Oh man, I've been ready to go. I'll be honest, I've been ready to go. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And whatever happened on this show tonight, I take full responsibility for it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
hey, all y'all better quit fucking with my deacon, man.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, shit.
Leave my deacon alone. You know what I'm saying? And Travis said, what Travis said? He said, DV go get Fred some CBD so he can relax. About CBD, man, I try to use like the non-CBD with the damn, what do they call it? That doesn't have the THC. Is that what it's THC? Yeah, without the THC in there. Man, that shit don't work, man. I've had knee injuries, back injuries, shoulders. I use the spray, I use the cream, I use the oil. I use half a damn bottle of the shit, man. That shit don't do nothing for me. So if somebody got some shit that really works, like without THC in there. Yeah, give me the recommendation. Yeah, and I'm with it. So yeah, man, I want to
before you go, he beamed in and didn't share it. Now he wants me to share it. So anyways,
Kyle?
Not Kyle. Damn, what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Terrence Bailey.
Oh.
Anyways, I think it's the link in his Instagram. Hopefully it's the link in his Instagram. Go to the link in his Instagram. Put it as the link in your Instagram. All right. And feel free. I can't share it from here. I don't know how to share it from my text, but Sunday, if you send it to my DM, I'll share the link and I'll post it when you beam in.
He just added it right now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, put it in the chat. Y'all go support. The first week of September, they're doing the unveiling of the Frederick Douglass mural.
Bang bang. Yeah, and he got some 5-star hotels and some restaurants and stuff like that. So yeah, support the OG, support the ancestors. But yeah, let me get back to this music shit though. I'm done with boxing. You got anything else for boxing?
No.
Can I get to the music right away?
No.
Okay. So I asked yesterday, and I know you had your answer ready. So for the chat, we're gonna make this fast. But a hip hop record with the best hip hop record with an R&B feature, and I started thinking about some of them. And then the more I thought, I'm like, damn, there's some really, really good ones. And I had one in my head, but I changed my answer like 10 minutes ago when I just thought about something. But who you got?
Oh, I said it yesterday. I said, I forget who I said yesterday. Who did I say?
Shit, I don't remember. I was telling everybody don't say nothing because I wanted to.
Oh my gosh.
More on one thread so I can go back and look at them and screenshot them.
Oh man. Oh, Method Man and Mary J. Blige.
Okay. Shorty, I'm there for you anytime you need me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That comes first.
Yeah. And one of them, man, it's just this. I don't even know if it's just the words to the song, but this motherfucker is like, this one of my anthems. I love this shit. Love it. That DMX with Cisco. What they want.
What they really want from my
nigga. Man.
You know Drake remixed that, right?
No, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea. To see if you got this and this and this to some cats, that nigga's a shit. Man, that shit's so fire. All right. And then Ken Line, yesterday that was my one right there. That You Got Me, the Roots featuring Erykah Badu. That shit is fire. Let me see. President Jafar said All I Need, Mary J. Method Man. Yeah, that's what Fred said. Jay, I tried acupuncture several times, and acupuncture actually works. But sometimes I want the little quick fix and the remedy at home. Like between home and gym. Yeah, but acupuncture actually works.
It does? I've never had it.
Yeah, it does well. I think the Dr. Lee that I used to go to out in the San Gabriel Valley, he and his wife, they basically do everything. So I would get the acupuncture, massage, and he also did chiropractic adjustments and resets. So I get all that done in one setting, and then I'll be good for like 3-4 months with pain.
And
yep.
Oh, I was gonna say I actually did a video earlier today on Benjamin Crump, and I made reference to that in my video, and I want to answer this because I want this to be clear about my stance. I think it's more important to hold Black people accountable than it is to hold white people accountable. As I've been that my adult life. I don't sit and be like, man, I gotta make sure that this white person is treating black people fairly. I think if we take care of our problems internally, 80% of the problems we have with white people will be gone. And feel free to go check my bench. So I'm always going to be harder on black people than I ever will be on white people. I can give a damn. I really don't care. And, like in my heart of hearts, I personally don't care. So to answer your question, as it pertains, because he thinks that that's a slight. No, I'm always going to be harder on black people. Always, 100%, always going to be harder. I don't give a fuck what white people do. I don't care. I use these hands, my intellect, my eyes, my feet. Don't care. So Fred will always be harder on black people than he is on white people. That's just how my mind works. Be honest with y'all. And go watch my Benjamin Crump video. I did that. I talked about that earlier today, coincidentally. So I'm always going to be harder on Al Heyman than I am on Bob Arum. Doesn't move me. I'm always going to be harder on Bob Arum than Al Heyman than I am on Eddie Hearn. Like, what's the point? I think if Al Heyman ran the business like a black business, we would have a stronger voice. We would have had a stronger Juneteenth event. We would. I just inherently believe that, and I don't go around posting us being the victim. Every day, black people post black people being the victim. Oh, this white man did this to us. Oh my God. Oh, another police shooting. When are we gonna be the victor? Let's start posting us being the victor, not the victim. I don't post that shit, man. I don't even swell in that. I don't talk to my son about you got to work twice as hard. I tell my son, be great. I don't believe in that shit. I know it's there. It's there. That's America. It's not going to change in my lifetime. It may get better in my son's lifetime, but at the end of the day, I know what's out there. The same way I said the other month, 2 months ago, I do my best to avoid police at night. Like I don't interact with police. If anything happens in my house, we don't call the police. Why? I like if it's not out, well, nothing will. I think nothing will happen in my house. But I'm just saying we don't settle it with the police. I keep everything out. I don't go into government buildings. I don't go into. That's just how I'm wired. That's just literally how I'm wired. Not unless I absolutely have to. And I know this is a sensitive subject. People on one side of the fence, people on the other. But I think that we should hold us accountable more than we do outside of us. The same way we got to be it's the same thing. You want me to use the word self-sufficient? I think we should be more self-sufficient. So I think that that's what I believe. That's why you don't see me comparing black people to white people. It's no sense. That's why I think gangbangers are like some of the. I think gangbangers' mindsets is some of the worst ever. You wake up every day thinking about how can you get over on another black man, but we think that's the coolest shit in the world. Gangster movies, gangster rap. I don't think that's cool. I walk up to gang members. I have buildings in multiple alleys. I walk up to them gang members and I say, why are you making our community worse than what it really is? Hold yourself accountable. That's just my mindset. I don't look down upon them, but I hold them accountable. I think we should hold each other accountable, and we'll have less crimes in our community. We'll be posting more of us being the victor. It makes me feel great when I see something positive happen on Instagram but like, how many times am I going to cut my Instagram on and you see what this white person did to this black man in the street? Knock the white man out and keep on going. We want to pose. How many times you want to go into a restaurant and post a video? They won't let me eat here. Huh? You go into a white store, they won't let me shop here. Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't understand it. I've never been that way. I don't believe in being a victim. And it bothers me when black people play the victim. I don't like it. It irks me. It gets under my skin when we got to play by their rules. We got to work twice as hard. I'll never tell my son that. Never in a million years will I tell my son you got to work twice as hard. You know what we gonna do? We gonna build our own. If we got to work twice as hard, what's the fuck is work? What's the point of working with them? It's just what I believe. Mark West said, "Preach, Fred." You know what I mean? I don't like that. We gonna compare to get back to what Deacon said, because I think this is an important topic, and I know you may have a difference of opinion on this, and I know a lot of people in the chat have a discipline. I think this is an important conversation. We already know systemic racism exists. It's no sense in comparing a white variable to a black variable. This is just what I believe. So I'm gonna stop before I get repetitive. So go ahead, Dini.
All right. Yeah. All right. Talk your shit. Let me go back here. Yeah, man, those some good songs. I know y'all wanted to go over those, but
you can bring it back Sunday. You can bring it back Sunday. Hey, today I was off all week. I'm telling Lincoln, you got a play date today. Leia's coming over. I thought today was Friday all day. I'm like, Lincoln, I'm sorry. I thought today was Friday all day. All day I thought today was Friday. How funny is that? So go figure. Now we getting out of here. Terrence. We getting the hell out of here, man. No, man. Please. We getting out of here. Do you want to listen to Terrence?
No, don't ask me.
Oh, he laughed. Cool. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through these names, man.
Perfect.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Ask me Sunday, Terrence. Please ask me Sunday, please.
E1K, Robert Brown, and not Israel. OG Unk, Dre Finest in the building, Mr. Vegas in the building, Texas. What up? Hyper Awareness. Salute to you. Let's see. Black Chopstick, J.A. Dixon, Presidential Mike. Who else we got in there? Mark West, Terrence Bailey Sr., Deacon 305, Queen 71, Jarvis Johnson, Big Tank, Reggie, Boss Red, Trey 5.
Can I read a statistic? I researched 86% of your interactions will be people who look just like you. 86%. Just so you know.
Play the song, Fred.
Got it. Yeah. So if we can heal that 86%, I think we don't need the other 14%, right? Do for self. That sounds familiar, right? Hey, I come this way. Fredro, you have a point. I mean, I don't go around. I don't play the victim, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm wrong tonight. I accept it. I'm wrong. I should have let Deacon talk to the 24th minute. I should have. And it felt like I cut him off. Oh my God. You have no idea. Oh man, I'm wrong. I accept it. I'm wrong.
This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to
Is he in here? During the election, play the victim. Oh, we got to do this. No, nigga, fight back. The fuck you mean? We got to vote. Man, fuck that. He triggered me, man. God, the whole campaign. Oh, we got to vote. No, nigga, you fight. Fuck you mean vote. Nigga, man. Him and Reggie, all that victim shit. Man, that just triggered me, man. Always playing. I don't like that victim shit, man. We got to play by their rules to win. No, we ain't got to play by their rules to win. No, we don't. We don't got to play by their rules. Don't play by their rules. You know what I mean? We don't got to play by their rules. Open up your words now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. For the children together.
Rob G.
This is my personal statement. Run a game
like I'm aces. Learn to develop paces. Determined to be the greatest.
yeah. Bobbing and weaving and changing up like the
seasons. Indigenous to the grind. So I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition. Back up against the rope. She fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give inside away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. That's a quick and no song.
What are you doing? Huh? I can't hear you. It's all in what you do. Hey. Hey. All right, love y'all. Hey, if y'all on the other channel, make sure you subscribe to Barbershop Conversations Live, because I'm only going to do it together when we have guests. So make sure, I should have said it earlier, subscribe to the second channel. All right, love y'all, man. We gone. All right, peace, man.